号角，你的玩家生活。号角后者是属于游戏玩家的同好聚集地，你将在这里探索社交新纪元。你可以找到喜欢的频道、同好的玩家，一起畅聊游戏趣梗，实聊电竞趣闻，也可以体验最新、最全、最准的一站式电竞信息、热门赛事、俱乐部资讯、选手数据，成为行走的电竞百科全书。还可以与喜欢的电竞选手在线聊天，让游戏大佬成为你的在线好友。快来下载号角后者，开启你的玩家生活。
打开微信，搜索公众号“星际老男孩 SC Boy”， 这里有每日的直播预告、重要的赛事报道、精彩的视频剪辑、有趣的主播八卦、定期的抽奖福利以及爆笑的节奏和评论。关注 SC Boy 官方公众号，365天每天更新，让你与20万猛男一起更便捷的享受我和黄哥给大家带来的快乐。不要告诉别人哟。
And welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the very first day of World Team League Winter 2022 Code S. I'm your host, Light VIP, and with me, it's the one, the only, the no longer cat. Welcome, AsherBro.
Hello. We're in Code S, puppy. We're in Code S.
We are in Code S, boy. Let's go.
We done did it.
Oh my god, it's been a long road. It's been a rocky road as well. It was so stressful making it through the qualifiers, even making it through Code A. We barely made it into that top 4, almost made it into at least top 3. And we're finally here, Asher. We're finally here.
Here we are, finally here. And we're casting off the claim feed for the first time.
We are
scared.
For the people who don't know how this works, and I believe Biomorph was casting onside yesterday and stuff like that. We are not taking. Oh, look at our boys!
Look at the boys. Oh, so attractive.
Shout out to Dolan. He doesn't have a jersey yet. Yo, are they
Where's
not
Migs?
sure Where's Migs? Where's Miguelito?
Oh, let's go.
Oh,
Save the shaft for last.
Oh my god. I'm pretty sure we sent them some images with his jersey, by the way, so we're gonna have to double check on that, Kuro, when we have the time. Oh my god, but yes, the Ducklings are here in force. Oh my god, maybe it was too late. Maybe. We'll see if we can figure it out. We'll see if we can sort it out. But as we can see, this is not the first matchup.
Yes, we have Vindicta playing Zerg. Let's go.
Hey,
he's off racing.
Vindicta actually has his jersey in this photo.
Task failed successfully.
Oh, do they know that that's not Oreo?
Yeah,
they're looking at his
tan.
They're looking at his cam right now. Hey, okay.
There we go. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. We have that first set lined up, coming up. Oreo versus Coffee coming in here with that TVZ. And Oreo, nice and fresh off the qualifiers today, so he's ready. He's pumped. He's good to go.
He is very warmed up in the ZVT matchup, mate. He has been doing nothing but ZVT today. So honestly, if Coffee wanted to try to get some background information and a bit of an idea of how Oreo plays, it would be good for him to watch the VOD. So Coffee, subscribe.
That's right, Coffee. Just pause the game, go watch the VOD. We'll be here.
Oh, how do they get these stats for Oreo, by the way? Look at that. He's got defense, he's got attack, he's got mindset.
Yeah, let's go. Macro power.
Macro power, Bobby. Okay, so it looks like, yeah, it's pretty interesting. I have to wonder how they get these stats. Maybe they get them from like a League or something. They've got like some algorithm for that sort of thing. But yeah, it's going to be a pretty wild first round matchup because Coffee, I feel like we both want to agree, he is the ace player for Invictus.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely a very strong player. A player that put in a very strong performance against us in the Code A. But meanwhile, we are fielding a player that he didn't play against in that Code A. So the format is a little bit different this time as well. So he won't be playing through the entire team like he did with Code A.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, even if he could, he wouldn't, okay? I mean...
True.
I believe in our boy. I believe in our Duckling, our Patito, mate. As you can see, it is going to be a best of 2. The first map is going to be on Cosmic Sapphire. Map number 2 is still TBD, to be determined by the losing player. So whether it's Coffee, whether it's Oreo, they will get that map pick.
Yeah, that's right. But it looks like we are heading into this first game here. So, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner. How does this work? How does this work, Puppy? Help me.
It's Coffee. Ah!
Ah!
And spawning in the top left, with that beautiful duck, we have CranKy Oreo as well. I would request that Kuro does actually the fanfares. That would be amazing if she could somehow squeeze those in. Because is it really a Duckling broadcast without the trumpets, without the fanfares?
Well, I got confused because I'm like, does the clean feed have their own audio for introducing the players? Did we just talk over them? I'm willing to talk over them. I'm willing to give a powerful intro right over the top of it.
I mean, we can hear it, Asher. So that they don't have any intro sounds. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But oh my god, you love to see it. Actually, there we go. We even have some player cams. We have some player cams.
Yeah, fantastic having those player cams up there, and we do see everything looking pretty standard so far. We've got Oreo just going for a standard hatch gas pool, and Coffee not up to anything too strange. No proxy Raxes out on the map or anything like that, so we will be going into a pretty standard, comfortable game. Both players going to be able to show what they've got prepared for this one.
Oh, exactly. And again, we were alluding to it earlier, how Oreo has been really well versed in ZVT. As we are getting a little bit of latency here, so hopefully everything is going to be okay. For those wondering, we are playing on the Singaporean server here, as it is China versus Australia, so it is going to be, all the maps are going to be on Singapore.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. The Singapore server is one that can be a little bit inconsistent sometimes, especially for Australian players, so hopefully Oreo is able to get that all stabilized.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Fingers crossed, mate. Fingers crossed. I think the other interesting thing as well that, we may as well throw these tidbits out there is that this is Oreo's first match in World Team League. He actually didn't participate in either the qualifier or even in Code A. Or even in Code A. God damn it. So Oreo, this is his first showing here in World Team League, and yeah, I look forward to I think we're all anticipating as to how he can really perform against these other top tier players.
Yeah, definitely exciting to get Oreo back on the StarCraft, back on the grind, back in amongst it. We want to see that mindset go up. We want the mindset to 10, Puppy.
Exactly.
Champion mindset.
Wait, Oreo, is he blue or is he red? He's red, right? Is he?
Yeah, he's the red one, yeah.
Okay. So so both players right now have equal mindset and macro and strategy, apparently.
I would really like to see, in the middle of the game, if they do a really cool micro move, a little graphic in the top left that's level up, +1, do.
Oh, that would be amazing. That'd be amazing.
Or if they miss micro and they're boom, wow, -1.
You know what it is? It's gonna be a PvT. There's gonna be a Widowmine drop. They're not gonna react, and then bam, -5 as the mineral line explodes.
Wow. -5 mindset.
Oh, he's tilted, boy. He's tilted. There's gonna be a no GG, and then that's when the mindset takes a plummet, mate.
Meanwhile, we do have Coffee getting quite a bit of damage here with that first Reaper, actually taking out 3 of those initial links, almost taking out the 4th with the grenade. But that does mean that Oreo is going to be able to get that creep tumor down nice and safely with the lower health on the Reaper.
Yeah, exactly. I guess talking a little bit about the game, it was a standard opener from Oreo. Coffee flexing his micro, his control. Clearly, the graph was accurate to give him a couple extra points during that micro. But yeah, I mean, that's the scary thing about Coffee, right? We were talking about he is the ace player. He is going to be the favorites coming into this. He's the one to beat. He's the one to try and stop. I do believe in Oreo's macro if he can get into a more comfortable game. Oof.
Yeah, hopefully that ping not affecting him too much as well. Just did see a little bit of a delay there, putting down that spore to save that drone. So yeah, just hoping that that will stabilize and we'll be able to see Oreo's best micro.
Yeah, exactly as it looks like. Oh no! Oh my god.
Yeah, nice little bait there, taking out the Reaper. Very well done by Oreo. That does take a little bit of the staying power out of Coffee, but meanwhile, he's just going to go straight in with these Hellions right away.
Oh my god, yeah, exactly. I mean, the Hellions already dipping on past as well, almost hosting off that middle line. Thankfully, Oreo is able to keep him safe, or them safe and sound for now. But even more workers going down here. Coffee getting so much damage done here already in the early stages of the game.
Yeah, that's right. Meanwhile, nice little link scout going up from Oreo there, just sending that one link out, sneaking past those Hellions to get into the main base, sees the extra Raxes, and sees the Viking there.
Oh, yeah, he does spot that Viking in the air. Oh, boy. And, yeah, from here, hopefully we can kind of even things out. As behind this Coffee, we do see he's going for a little bit of a... Oh, never mind. So he's working on towards his Raxes as well. Yeah, that Viking is going to get a couple of Overlords here.
Yeah, meanwhile, we do see 2 Raxes going down. We see the single eBay. We see the single gas as well for Coffee. So this is looking very much like it's going to be a 2-base all-in coming out from Coffee. Meanwhile, Oreo just getting his creep going as well. Got his groups of queens there to protect the creep and get that spreading well. So doing a good job there, already spreading that creep out towards that 4th base.
Oh, yeah, exactly. The creep is slowly being receded, though, by these Hellions. So Coffee's doing a great job at being active here on the map. But as you were saying, this is going to hit hard. This is going to hit fast. And for the time being, Oreo is going to be in the dark, especially due to the fact that his Overlords are being cleaned up.
Yeah, that's right. We do see Oreo going into his lair, going into his Bane nest as well, pushing up towards the 60 drone count. And this is about the drone count that you want to be pausing on if you know that it is a 2-base all-in. So we'll have to see if he can work out exactly what it is that he's up against here.
Yeah, we'll see if he can piece it together in the end, as it looks like another Overlord may go down here in between his bases. Coffee trying to find a way in with his Hellion so far. Again, doing a great job at rotating, and the Queens are having a hard time keeping up here. They're having a hard time keeping this creep going.
Yeah, just his Queen's re-spraying that creep. But what's really important here for Coffee as well is he's just trying to keep Oreo busy. He's just trying to distract him from getting that scout off and just make things difficult in the early game for him, because any of these small early game mistakes are going to make it that much harder to hold this push.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see if he can get them going, or he can hold that push in the end, as it is moving out across the map. Landed Viking in the main base, getting another 2 drones as well. Coffee just doing so much with so little, and here we go. Here comes that push. The Queens already being dove upon, already being focused down, one after the other. Barely saves one of the Queens with the transfuse, but do we have enough Link Bane here to defend?
Yeah, the push comes here right before Oreo is ready, but Oreo sending the Lings over to jump on top of those tanks. If he can take down both tanks, that would be very nice for him, but unfortunately not able to do so, and so GG is called.
Oh, GG. A pretty straightforward game there. Oh my
God, he's eating an Oreo?
Oh my god!
He ate him! He ate him, puppy!
He ate Oreo! Wow!
What an animal!
Oh my god, I love that they have some celebrations going on. Alright, time to message Oreo, get some Dare Ice coffee going. Like,
let's go.
Let's go.
Sip that coffee.
Sip it, but chug it, puppy, chug it. But Coffee does take the first game. This will mean that it is going to be Oreo's map choice here, getting into game number 2. But I will be honest, and I do have a little bit of insider information here. Oreo was struggling a little bit when it came to the ping. Apparently, he was playing on 500 ping.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I did see definitely the ping when he was going for those spore tricks.
Yeah.
And that's something that even if it doesn't affect you directly in the micro that you're going for, it can really throw you off quite badly. So hopefully he's able to get some time to get a VPN up or anything like that so we can just get that ping under control.
Yeah. From my understanding, it looks like they're trying to set up over in the Korean server instead, so that maybe they can have a little bit better ping on Taiwan or maybe even Korea. It looks like the players have agreed, so they are going to be switching servers over and sorting that out. But yeah, that was a really rough showing there from Oreo. Coffee just kind of playing out his game, and Oreo, again, maybe due to latency or due to other kind of aspects affecting him there, was having a hard time keeping up.
Yeah, those two base all-ins can be really brutal if you fall behind at all in the early game. Any small mistakes that you make can really have a knock-on effect later into the game, and you just get A-moved, honestly, if that goes wrong too badly.
Yeah. Ah, God, it happens, Bobby. It happens. Feels bad, man. Also, I just realized, Kuro, Asher has cam. I don't know if Kuro's trying to set that up as well. But at the moment on the stream, we do see your lovely face when you were with Chase.
I'm
Gonj, Papi, you're Gonj. Aye. It's all good. So I do believe they are just going to be setting up the next game here. Just need a little bit of time to get that underway. Oh boy, I think that's something that I forgot to mention, but they were showing it off yesterday. They do, I believe, have bonus prizes for celebrations. Like if you have like a ceremony that's worth showing off.
We've seen some really cool celebrations over the course of the World Team League. I remember someone had like an Etch-a-Sketch, and they held up the Etch-a-Sketch and like wiped the name off. Just all sorts of weird stuff like that. So yeah, lots of fun little celebrations that they got going on there. I'm just gonna let me try this.
Oh wait, no, your cam was fine, puppy. Your cam was fine. It's just
it might help. I don't know.
Okay. All good.
Do you feel weird not having anything to do?
I do. I'm like rubbing my leg. I'm like, like, what do my hands do, puppy? What do they do? It's hard as well, like, because for those who don't know, we're casting off the clean feed, which means we can't like check like units lost or the units tab or production or anything like that. We're at the behest of the streamers currently for World Team League, or the observers, sorry, for World Team League. So it's an interesting experience.
This is what I'm used to. I'm at the behest of your observing life.
What are you trying to say, Asher? Okay, what are you trying to say?
You're like, let's move over to Korea, and I'm like, we're already there. We're everywhere.
We're everywhere, Papa. We're everywhere. Oh my God, I do love this graphic, by the way, as well. I just love that we have all our ducklings there with all their jerseys as well. Like I don't know. I'm proud, puppy. I'm proud.
It's very cool.
It's very cool.
Oh my! As smudge as that was, if someone can clip the Oreo celebration, I want that clip.
Yeah, it was yesterday when Hearthstone, I think Hearthstone may have taken down either Solar or Maru in the best of two. For Hearthstone's celebration, he ate a banana.
I saw that. He took a game off Mario and then he ate a banana.
He aped it up, man. F2A, man. F2A, let's go.
F2A. I know what you're talking about now. We're on the same page, puppy. We're getting there.
There we go.
Alrighty, you're right.
We're Tokyo drifting, mate.
We're drifting over, mate. We're forming Voltron. 100% merged.
Exactly. The pieces are slowly coming together. You know, the shaft is still getting oiled up over in the shop, but it will all kind of converge here.
I'm sorry, I got you started.
What do you mean?
Animal. Meanwhile, we do have this next game coming up, and we are going to be on Data Sea.
Ooh, Data Under the Sea, papi, and you know what? We may have a bit of a better advantage here, just because, of course, what else is under the sea? Australia, man.
Oreos?
What?
Yeah, they can be under the milk.
No, the C, capital SEA, C under the C.
Terrible.
Oh, it works, Papi. It works.
I'm calling it data milk.
Data under the milk, mate. Let's go. Oh my god. But yeah, we are just getting things underway. I also want to give a massive shout out as well to Babylings in the chat. Thank you so much for giving us a bit of a raid, and I love to see the copy pastas as well. For those wondering, we do have a copy pasta for every single one of our players, and of course, there is the one for Oreo.
Yes, I'm gonna find it if no one else has it. Where is it, Puppy?
They've been spamming it in the Twitch chat, Puppy. In the
Why
Twitch
can't I
chat.
see it?
What do you mean? Scroll up.
There's so much of it. Oh, let's go. That's hype.
Go. Speaking of, we're now getting into game number 2. Hopefully, all the latency issues are resolved here. We can get into our game a little bit more freely as we're in game 2.
Yeah, with those intros straight out of the way, we're jumping right into it. So, do you think we're going to see anything a little bit different coming out from Oreo, or, as I say that, the pool first going down right away?
Oh, let's go, Oreo. The gloves are off. He is upset. He knows that he just got eaten. And now it's time to chug down that coffee.
He's like, mate, no one dunks me. I'm going to dunk my Oreo in this coffee.
Oh my god. Have you ever done that? Is that legal? Is that allowed?
Oh, I've done it with the Tim Tam. You can like bite the 2 corners off the Tim Tam and then slurp coffee through it like a straw.
You can suck, Papi. You can suck.
You can, man. You can. I'm so disappointed.
Why do you sound so disappointed?
Why do you have to ruin this for me?
What do you mean?
Yes, you can. You can suck, pup. Suck down that coffee.
Yeah, let's go. Hopefully we see some of that action here before us in game number 2. As so far, Oreo, he did go for that pool first. He is going for that roach one. We have seen quite a lot of this earlier today. This kind of roach aggression. This by no means is an all-in, but we'll see how many roaches he does make with this, and we'll see if it does end up getting scattered.
Yes, it's that classic Lambo free MMR Friday build. You do usually see 5 roaches coming out from this into a pretty fast transition back into the macro. So I wouldn't be too surprised to see 5 roaches, maybe one of those being turned into a Ravager as well. And that's just designed to put on a little bit of pressure here. Meanwhile, for Coffee, we do see that bunker going down at the natural. So that is something that is going to be good against this player if it's not followed up by Speedlings.
Oh, exactly. We'll see if there is going to be a bit of a follow-up. Coffee did SCV scout. He did confirm that it was going to be a pool first opener. He isn't 100% sure what exactly he is going to be facing here, as the Lings are going to dip on in, and Oreo does confirm the bunker.
Yeah, so Oreo seeing the bunker there as well as seeing those Marines. So Coffee being a little bit safer there, just getting a few extra Marines out there before his add-on, and he will just be sending this Reaper across the map to confirm the roaches, and there they are.
Oh, yeah, exactly. It does run face first into those roaches. Reaper is going to go down in the process. We do already see that Oreo is not link flooding behind this, by the way. He is droning up instead. Meanwhile, I love this. Coffee just bringing down a bunch of boys to make sure he has enough to repair. Yeah,
that's right. Coffee just being extra safe here, getting that extra bunker up on the high ground just in case it is that Speedling follow-up. Now he sees the roaches and bringing down all of those SCVs to get ready for that repair on the bunker. So that means Oreo is going to be deflected here, but only losing the 1 roach so far. So he will be able to just bring those roaches home without too much of a commitment here.
Yeah, exactly. The roaches, they dip in. One of them did go down in the process, but that is it. He's at least able to contain his opponent for a little bit here, but I'm sure he would have loved to have dealt a little bit more damage. Coffee just having a pretty solid response here against these roaches.
Yeah, that's right, especially with this Cyclone coming out here that will spell the end of this rush. Looks like Oreo is going to try to get as much damage as he can onto these Marines. Meanwhile, for Coffee, getting that 3rd CC down nice and quickly as well, just before that Starport is getting that done straight away. But looks like going for something a little bit aggressive here. He's actually going to skip his Starport and go straight into his 2nd and 3rd racks.
Oh, yeah, there we go. The 2 Raxes are going to be on the way. So in a way, a little bit similar to the previous game. But likewise, Oreo is actually just flooding Lings across the map. He is done droning. I say he's done droning. He has 19 workers, and that is it.
Yeah, that's right. This is, in fact, that Speedling follow-up. So it looks like Coffee realizing as well that something like this is on the way, going for a second bunker there, even starting to get an SEV scout out there just to make sure that he's got eyes on what's coming his way. The Ling's getting a nice surround here on the Cyclones right away.
Oh, exactly. The Cyclones are going to go down. One of them, the second one does fall as well. The boys are being pulled. There are 2 bunkers, but only one of them really has any units here. A couple more Marines are coming down towards that low ground as well, but we have that surround.
Yeah, that's right. And we got the bars coming down on those SCVs that are repairing there. So the Lings are going to be able to start getting some surface area on this bunker. The bunker goes down, and Oreo is starting to get some nice SCV damage here. 15 SCVs going down already.
Wow, so much SCV damage. The Lings are trying to flood on in as well. Boys are being pulled to hold the line here at the natural, but damage has already been done. Bearing in mind, though, that Oreo is still all in, though. He's looking to end the game, not try and stabilize.
Yeah, that tank coming out here is going to spell the end to trying to get up into that main ramp, but at the same time, that's 20 SCVs going down on the side of Coffee, and Oreo has so much here at the natural. That's going to make it very hard for Coffee to retake that natural.
Oh, God, it really is. So Coffee is going to be contained here to a single base. Looking at the drone, at the worker count, Oreo has equalized here. Both players at 21 workers. Oreo taking a bit of a lead. So this push, it may not have ended the game, but it was pretty necessary damage, and he's in a decent position.
Yeah, it's going to be very important for Oreo here, though, that he does continue to try to deny the mining on the natural. Coffee does have a 3rd orbital here, so with those extra mules, that's a pretty significant amount of economy if Oreo lets him get that natural mining.
Oh, exactly. We'll see if he allows that to happen, as Coffee is working on his tanks here to try and stabilize here, to try and solidify his position at the natural base. Meanwhile, Oreo droning, looking to expand, but he's actually got a couple more roaches on the way.
Yeah, that's right. Oreo is continuing to make a few roaches here, realizes that he has to get some more damage done here. I would like to see him start to think about morphing those into Ravagers as well. Looks like he does have the gas to do that once he unsupply blocks himself.
Yeah, exactly. We have a couple of overlords on the way. Ooh, actually, maybe because of the delayed push, because of the supply block, Oreo's actually droning up here, so he's not going to be looking to go for a kill move. He doesn't intend to go in and try and end the game at the natural. He's looking to, macro from here.
Yeah, that's right. Does have a pretty good army coming together here, but at the same time, the defensive Coffee is looking pretty solid. Has those 2 tanks, has those 2 bunkers set up as well. Oreo just dipping in there with the Overlord is going to get eyes on the defenses of Coffee and decide whether he wants to push in. It looks like he's going to go for it here.
Yeah, exactly. He's looking to pull the trigger. He does have 3 Ravagers with his army. First, going to just poke and prod, confirming the tank positioning and the tank count. And I'm sure the Oreo, as he's going for it.
Yeah, it was a nice little move with the Overlord there, just pulling those Marines out of position there, but there's just too many tanks here for him to be able to push up.
Yeah, exactly. He has to respect that position. Will lose a decent chunk of those Lings. And there we go. He's finally looking to expand, finally looking to take a 3rd.
Yeah, with that 3rd coming down, it looks like Oreo is going to have to be committed to going into a bit more of a macro game. So this is going to be a little bit of a difficult game for him further going into this game, because there are those 3 orbitals for Coffee, and Oreo only just getting his 3rd up now. Looks like he's going to be transitioning to a lair, but a nice scan by Coffee sees that right away.
Oh yeah, the scan so on point here for Coffee, just confirming the timing of that layer of that tech transition. So now you're already working with quite a lot of information. We do see that Coffee is now looking to push out, does have 1-1 on the way. So again, more than likely looking to try and just, again, I look forward to seeing a more macro game between these 2 players.
Yeah, that's right. Coffee, with those 4 tanks finished up, with those 2 medevacs popping now, is going to start to push across the map. A little bit unfortunate there for Oreo. The Lings just running straight into the Marines of Coffee there, but he will be able to delay this push a little bit with the Biles.
Yeah, there we go. He doesn't capture the army in the middle of the map. Another Bile. Ooh, is going to connect there with those Marines. Nicely done. But 4 tanks, that's nothing to scoff at. Oh my God, there's another Bile does connect as well. That's a lot of tanks, mate.
Yeah, nice connections there. Doing such a good job just delaying these tanks with those Biles, forcing them to take a little bit more time here to get across the map. Nice Bile there. I do believe he will be able to take out at least one of these tanks.
Oh, yeah, we'll see as the Biles are going to rain down on the tanks. They do go down in a little bit of an inefficient manner, but they go down nonetheless. Every single tank is going to fall, and Oreo holds.
Yeah, nice cleanup there for Oreo, taking down 4 tanks. Takes out a lot of the firepower against roaches for the army of Coffee. And it looks like just Lings and roaches for the meantime for Oreo. And there we go. We do see that Bane speed being fired up. 10 Banelings on the way as well.
Yeah, exactly. So Oreo is going to be able to get into the swing of things here. What he's lacking, though, is he doesn't have any Evo chambers, if I'm not mistaken. So he is going to be falling a little bit behind when it comes to those upgrades. And that disparity is only going to get larger and larger as the game goes on.
Yeah, that's right. He does have a little bit of a disadvantage there with that 1-1 of Coffee finishing up. It does look like Coffee's going to be trying to hit a timing there. And at the same time, Oreo just struggling to both get up his army and also saturate that third.
Oh, God, exactly. We'll see if he can get that third up and running, if he can saturate it. We do have a little bit of a run by here at the third base of Coffee. Oh, going to be able to maybe find a tank. It's going to be close here. The repair is not on point.
Yeah, just manages to save that tank here. Meanwhile, a little bit of a dead space here where these Marines are able to drop. And this is going to be devastating for Oreo to deal with, especially on that little bit of ping. It's just going to delay that drone pool. And I don't think there's enough Lings here to clean this up. Looks like it'll be just enough, but Coffee picking up and getting out of there.
Yeah, and 6 drones go down in the end. The disparity in workers is getting even more larger here as Coffee is sitting comfortable at 66 SCVs. Oreo struggling a little bit more with that 40 drone count. We do see him being forced to go into a counterattack. At least this time, he does have Baneling speed.
Yeah, the Baneling speed kicking in just at the right time there, but some pretty nice micro coming out from Coffee, just sniping out a few of those Banes before he has to pick up and get out of there.
Oh boy, exactly. Does have a little bit of a hot pickup there in the end. Oreo, I mean, at least he hasn't really sustained too many other economic losses, but oh god, he's losing even more workers. These are drones that he can't afford to lose.
Yeah, there's a lot of workers going down here. Oreo already struggling to get up enough workers, and GG's going to have to be called there.
Oof, GG gets called. He has another Oreo ready and waiting.
Stop eating him. He's already dead.
Oh my god. GG. Well played. Coffee does take the series 2-0. Oreo did fight back quite well in the second game, and I'm very proud of him for doing so. Game 1 was rough. Like, I'm even getting some messages here, like, you know, it's okay, Oreo. He's apologizing for having such bad ping, playing that game out, and yeah, it was a little bit smudge.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate there, but at the same time, good to see him really going for it in that second game. And we knew from the get-go this was going to be a bit of a tough matchup going up against arguably the ace for IG. So we're just glad to have Oreo back and playing again.
Yeah, I'm glad as well. And again, I hope he doesn't feel too bad about it. Like, he was in a really good position in that second game. And there is definitely a world there where maybe he could have pressed his advantage a little bit further and maybe even taken that game as well off of his opponent. So, yeah, I hope he doesn't feel too bad about that. But shout out to Coffee, not just for his solid play, but also for that ceremony. He was ready for it. He was ready.
Yeah, he came well prepared. He bought the biscuits. Got to put in the respect. Couldn't get the Oreos, but got the next best thing. So, respect for that one.
Oh yeah, respect where respect is due. Meanwhile, we are now getting ready for our next series here. You can see the lineups, but I do have to announce that PattyMac is MIA. I believe he may still be asleep. So because of that, Invictus Gaming has agreed to play out the third series second instead. So they're willing to wait. So next up is going to be Vindicta versus MacSed. They will be playing next, and that will give PattyMac a little bit more time to hopefully show up.
Yeah, fingers crossed PattyMac wasn't in the club last night.
I mean, he knows about the World Team League match. He knows about it, but I also know that in North America, like, these matches are really early in the morning. And if you aren't preparing yourself mentally for it, if you don't have like 10 plus alarms, it can be difficult to wake up in time.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe a little bit less time doing the investigative journalism and a little bit more time sleeping.
Look, drama calls, Bobby. Drama calls. Oh god. So yeah, we'll keep you guys posted there. It will be a shame if something were to happen, and I don't know, maybe there's something else going on, like maybe there's no internet or no power or something like that stopping PattyMac from showing up and playing. But again, we're doing the best that we can to just give him as much time as possible, and hopefully he does rock up towards the end, you know, like. Yeah, I was gonna say something about the tip. I don't know what to say right now. I don't know.
Well, if you can't think of what to say, I can. We're gonna be going with the shaft first and the tip second. I don't know how that works, but we're doing it.
That's what I was about to say the same thing, but then I thought about it. I'm like, but that doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense, but we're doing it.
We are defying reality right now. We're going shaft first, tip second. I don't know how that works, but we're doing it live on stream for everyone.
I would like to encourage everyone to not think too hard about that one.
Ay, puppy. Oh god. You know, maybe it's a detachable shaft. I don't know. But regardless, we are going to be getting ready for a TVP. Lobbies are being made as we speak. Again, massive shout out for Invictus Gaming for accommodating for our players like this. A lot of love. But I have to wonder. Oreo and coffee, they're household objects. They're the obvious thing to get ready, like for celebrations or ceremonies, right? How are you gonna celebrate? How are you gonna celebrate taking down the shaft of Voltron? How do you do it?
I hope to God they don't know about the shaft of Voltron. You know what? Let's be nice about it. Maybe they just have a Transformers figurine.
Oh, true. Yeah. I like that. You know, it can work. Or maybe they have like a little like duck plushie or like a duck like.
That'd be very cute.
Yeah,
it'd be a little bit sad, but it'd be cute. But we're not going to see it. We're not going to find out. You know?
Oh no, yeah, exactly. We're not gonna know, mate, because here we go. We're getting ready for the players. The profiles are out, and look at them stats.
Yeah, look at that mindset. Powerful mindset.
Wait, he's got the biggest mindset of all. Oh, wait. Okay.
I thought there wasn't 0 in everything.
There's 0 all around.
Yo, these guys are capping. 6 micro?
Hold up. Defense has to be off the chain, right? Because were they not watching the qualifiers?
Mate, he's never left his base in his life.
Yo, there's some bias going on in this. We're gonna have to speak to someone about this.
After they see the disruptor splits in this game, that micro is gonna be leveling up. We're gonna have a +3.
Yeah,
I can see it now.
By the end of the season, Migs is gonna be spread out all around this pentagram, this hexagon. Sorry.
Mindset after facing all these Protoss players is gonna be close to 0, but the micro, the macro, the defense.
Yeah.
It's going to be 10, 10, 10. The offense, maybe a 5 for offense. It's going to be totaling it up.
Oh my god, exactly. He's known for his micro, he's known for his strategy, he's known for his defense. I agree. Maybe the mindset could even be like in the negatives at a certain point as well. Depending on who he's playing against.
Gonna do him like that, huh?
But what I do appreciate is that apparently they have total scores, and according to at least WTL, these players are pretty close.
Yeah, it does look like they will be pretty closely matched. I can tell you that these guys do face each other on the career ladder pretty often, and they do go back and forth. So I feel like Vindicta, especially in his current form, he's been in some fantastic form lately, especially leading into these World Team League qualifiers where he was such a boon to us, such an ace. I am confident that he's going to be feeling good going into this one.
Oh, yeah, I'm confident as well, mate. The one downside is, of course, for those who don't know, Vindicta had to wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning for this match, preparing his body, drinking and sipping on some of that coffee as well, just to prepare. And I mean, hopefully he's awake enough. Hopefully he is ready for this series.
Man, I can tell you right now, if I had to wake up at 4 a.m., I would be staying up till 4 a.m.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a way to go about it, don't get me wrong. definitely. Oh god. But Vindicta, I gotta believe, he's the ace player for a reason. I believe he was even able to take down MacSed earlier when we did face off Invictus Gaming previously. See if he can do it again. Yeah,
that's right. He has been doing a lot better in this matchup, I want to say. This has been historically a little bit of a problem matchup for him in the TVP, but it's something that he has been actively working on, especially going into this DreamHack season, and we've been seeing the results.
We really have. Like every single time Vindicta goes up against a Protoss player, I hold my breath a little bit. But recently, I haven't had to do that. You know, like it's been a little bit more. Oh, yeah. It's been a little bit.
Else. And here we are, straight into the game. MacSed spawning in the top right-hand corner for Team IG.
And in the bottom left, we do have, of course, the shaft of Voltron himself, the ace player of the CranKy Ducklings. Vindicta is coming on out in Data Under the Sea.
Alrighty, here we go. So, we are seeing very standard builds coming out from both players. I'll be interested to see here if Vindicta is going to be going for the double gas that has been so popular in the meta against Protoss lately.
Yeah, I know that he has favored that style as well. Not too often have I seen him go for a single gas racks expand here in the TVP matchup. So I'm kind of curious as to how he's going to open this up. Shout out to the lovely observer as well, as also has an eye on that, as we do have that worker, I believe, headed towards the natural. Oh, no, never mind.
Yeah, so we just have that scout going out here. It does look like it is going to be a single gas build, which is something that I do like as a little bit of a mix-up on these bigger maps, especially like a map like Data Sea. It can be pretty easy to defend on this map, so maybe going for an aggressive build is not the best idea.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it does make sense just because of the tendencies that Data Sea does have, the advantages and the disadvantages, of course, of this map and how defensible it can be. So yeah, I do know that Vindicta, he tried being aggressive like during some of the other Code A and qualifying matches against other Protoss players, and I do think that he had a little bit of regrets regarding that as well, having a bit of a harder time.
Yeah, so it does look like he is going to be trying to play out a little bit of a longer game. Meanwhile, for MacSed, looks like he's just going to be skipping out on that scout, going for a fast Zealot here. That Zealot is going to get spotted by the SCV, though.
Yeah, it does get spotted in the end. So Vindicta is going to be fully aware of the threat of this Zealot out on the map that's going to be potentially going across the map as well. So he's just going to keep tabs on this as best he can with this Reaper. I mean, SCV.
Same difference, you know, SCVs, they're kind of OP. They got that extra health. They got the jetpacks.
True. Mate, Terran, they just get free Reapers at the start.
Free everything. Aye. Yeah, meanwhile, I do have that Stalker coming out from MacSed that is just going to turn that Reaper away. So normally when you do see a bit of an early Stalker like this, it is looking to deny a little bit of scouting. It's a little bit more flexible than the Adept in terms of chasing away that Reaper. But the Reaper is just going to run in here, turn back here by the Zealot.
Yeah, exactly. It is denied entry into the main base. Unfortunately, it isn't able to confirm whether or not it's going to be a Twilight Council or a Stargate opener. We can see that it is going to be a more standard a more standard Twilight Council opener, but Vindicta is a little bit in the dark.
Yeah, that's right. We do see Vindicta here going for that Hellion that's just going to be used for scouting. So with the Reaper and the Hellion going in at the same time, it's pretty much guaranteed to try to get a scout. But it does look like with the Twilight Council at the front of the wall here anyway, it's not going to be too hard for him to work out what's going on here.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Shouldn't take too much to figure that out in the end. Meanwhile, from the side of Vindicta, we can see that he has been opening up in a pretty standard manner here. We do have the Starport on the way. We do have the Tech Lab as well. Imagine we're going to be seeing an add-on switch at some point. We shall see what he decides to go for, if he does decide to go for Raven, as the Reaper tries to spawn in, but doesn't make it.
Yeah, but nice job there by Vindicta, is able to send the Hellion in. So you can see the combination of the Reaper and the Hellion getting that guaranteed scout there. So he sees the Robo, he sees the Blink researching, he will know exactly what he's up against here. Nice little block there with that Zealot. Oh, what a sick move. Come on.
Oh my god. +1 micro puppy, let's go.
Level up.
Push that P. Oh my god, as the Reaper does slip into the main base, does confirm, okay, there is no, I don't know, like Dark Shrine or any kind of weird tech in that main to follow up alongside that Blink Stalker opener. So yeah, Vindicta even confirming the lack of additional gateways.
Yeah, that's right. Gets the full scout there, and he's happy to just continue with his standard build. Going to be seeing a couple tanks coming out. Going to be seeing that Raven as well. So just everything proceeding as normal, getting along in his build order, playing a bit more of a defensive game here.
Yeah, exactly. So far, just going to be chilling here back at home, working on those Ravens, working on those tanks. I guess nothing too kind of out of the ordinary to speak of here for either one of our players, whether it's MacSed or Vindicta, as 2 more Vaxes get thrown down.
Yeah, that's right. We are seeing those extra Raxes. So this Raven as well, now that he's seen that it's Blink, he does have the option to send this Raven across the map to get a little bit of extra turret harass. That is something he's been enjoying in the matchup lately, so I wouldn't be too surprised to see that headed out at some point here.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And maybe that can be used to punish the greed a little bit of MacSed. I say greed in an interesting kind of turn of events. He has delayed his 3rd Nexus a little bit, and we can see why he is going to tech up even further, is prioritizing his Robotics Bay.
Yeah, we're seeing that Robo Bay going down. We're seeing quite a fast charge as well for MacSed. So just prioritizing those upgrades. Again, that model as well, just to make sure that it's very safe against early aggression coming out from Vindictus. So I do like for him that he has gone for this single gas build, a bit more of an economic build here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because of that, it's still going to take a while for us to get into all of our upgrades and things of that nature. Because of that, Max said we already have the first Colossus on the way, so he will have them for the first push.
Yeah, that's right. We've got that Colossus and the Thermal Land started up, getting his gateways all started up. So just getting himself into a nice, comfortable place here. Meanwhile, for Vindicta, he's just starting up those medevacs, getting all his upgrades along the way. So he will have a little bit of a timing with those first couple medevacs as the stim, combat shields, and +1 are all starting to finish up around the same time.
Oh god, exactly. And what's important is that if I'm not mistaken, I believe the Raven has been gathering energy back at home. There we go. He opted not to go for any kind of auto turret harass or anything like that. So because of that, even though we're gonna have some Colossi, mate, we're gonna have disables, papi. We will have the disables.
Yeah, actually using this Raven here to escort the medevacs. This is a move that I recently saw Mario do, so I'm loving seeing Vindicta incorporate this into his game. With that Raven headed out in front of the medevacs, you will be able to see any spotting observers on your path.
Oh, exactly. And because of that, I mean, thankfully there aren't any observers anyway, but if in case they were, they will be able to be shut down or at least notified to Vindicta ahead of time. We do see him poking out a little bit with the rest of his army. MacSed does have eyes on the bio on the ground, but not so much when it comes to this drop going into the main.
Yeah, that's right. So we do have a little bit of a split push coming out here. Those medevacs in the main are going to try to time themselves out. Does look like he is popping past that observer. I'm not sure if he was able to see that with the Raven. The siege range is pretty big on those observers.
Yeah, it can be pretty good, big. Meanwhile, it looks like the tanks on the front lines are going to be taken down one after the other here by MacSed. At the same time, we do have the drop going into the main base, but ooh, there were Stalkers here in position to deny them.
Yeah, just getting denied a little bit there by the Stalkers. Manages to get the Raven out safely, but unfortunately does get cleaned up on the front there. And MacSed going to take this opportunity to go straight in for a counterattack.
Oh god, exactly. He's going for the kill right now. Vindicta stuck on these 2 bases. He doesn't have enough energy on his Raven to really support this army. It's still across the map. And on top of that, we even lost our tanks.
Yeah, pretty unfortunate losing the tanks there. That does take a lot of the anti-Colossus potential out of this army, but nice defense here by Vindicta, just holding that top ramp. Got to be careful not to get over-eager here, though.
Yeah, exactly. The Colossus, they still stand strong again. Losing those tanks in the middle of the map was disastrous for Vindicta, as MacSed has the momentum. He's forcing himself up into the main base. Addon's going to be on fire. Looks like the 3rd base is going to be barely saved by these repairing SCVs. Oh god, but Vindicta, he's just going to go now.
Yeah, Vindicta got to pull the trigger here. He will almost have energy for a disable. Unfortunately, it does look like he's going to lose that Raven before he's able to do so. Nice little concave here, but nice kiting as well coming out from MacSed. And it's really important for Vindicta to try to get this 3rd down as soon as possible. Yeah,
exactly. He's attempting to get that 3rd down, but again, because of the power of these Colossi, Vindicta, he just can't get close to this. Now we even have a 3rd Colossus joining the fray, and there is still no answer. Again, we didn't have any rebuilding tanks here for that defender's advantage. MacSed gonna push his way forward here, and the Colossus, they just reign supreme.
Yeah, his Colossus just wrecking house here. Even a 3rd Colossus coming in to help, and Vindicta is forced to pull the boys. 7 of those SCVs going down already, and that is just too much. GG is called.
Oh, GG gets called. MacSed taking that first game here against Vindicta. I really did appreciate kind of the approach that Vindicta had in this game, right? To go for that double drop into the main base. But because that was really committed, and we didn't get to see it on the screen. But were the medevacs focused down? Were they killed before they could unload?
I think one of them might have gone down. He looks like he did unload down at that triangle third position as well with some of those. So he was able to get some of those out. But with that tank push getting cleaned up so effectively on the front, little bit of an unfortunate situation for Vindicta there. And MacSed, good killer instinct to follow up on that.
Yeah, definitely. Like, he knew he could smell blood in the water there, and he just went for the kill. Oh, Vindicta having a bit of a rougher start here in this TVP, does lose the first game. But again, it's a best of 2. He will have a chance to redeem himself here in game number 2, as they're going to be heading over to the Korean server.
Yeah, so they will be switching over to that other server, but hopefully for Vindicta, warmed up and ready to go. I know it is a little bit early for him, but we are now up against the wall with that 3-0 result. We have to win every game from here on out.
Yeah, exactly. Every game needs to be won. Vindicta cannot afford to lose this game at all. Even if PattyMac shows up, I don't know if that's going to necessarily be enough here. Oh, God. Depending on how this format works. But, yeah, I mean, at least it is going to be Vindicta's map choice.
Yeah, that's right. We do have the choice here for the map. So if Vindicta has anything particular prepared that's a bit more map specific, he will have the opportunity to pull that out. I would like to see him maybe switching things up a little bit with that double gas build that's been so popular lately. I do believe he's been practicing that a little bit more as well.
Yeah, I do hope to see that as well. The one downside is that you could argue that maybe that's a little bit predictable. Like, again, MacSed has a lot of leeway right now. He has a lot of freedom to kind of to work with, already knowing he was able to win the first game. So we'll see how this is played out as we have our map of choice.
Yeah, there we go. We are going to be going to Inside and Out. This is a map that's pretty nice for TVP as well. A bit of a shorter rush distance, few less bases available, less ramps going up on the attacking angles as well. So it's going to give him a little, it's going to give Vindicta some more options when it comes to the aggression.
Oh boy, yeah, it is going to give him some more options here, and I'm sure he's going to make good use of it as well. Obviously, he's going to have a little bit of a ping disadvantage getting into this game, but I do believe Vindicta has been able to surpass these kind of obstacles in the past. If anyone can do it, Mix can.
And he's surpassed the obstacles. He has surpassed what they say about his micro. Funara, the hexagon makers.
Exactly. Shaking my head. Hopefully they do add some points there, as here we go. We are loading on into game number 2 on Inside Now.
Yeah, and here we are spawning up in the top right-hand corner. Playing for IG, it is MacSed.
Yeah, and in the bottom left, we have, representing the CranKy Ducklings, it is Vindicta. So because of this, I mean, again, thankfully, this isn't an all-kill format, so even though Vindicta did already drop a map, he can still redeem himself here, and he can make up for it.
Yeah, that's right. He does have the opportunity to get us back in this one.
Oh boy, exactly. We'll see if he can pull it off here. So far, openers are looking relatively standard. Once again, we have a single gas geyser in the main base, but there is the second.
Yeah, there we go. We are looking to have a bit more of an aggressive game plan coming out from Vindicta with this one. So something that has been a bit more popular in the meta lately. We often see mine drops coming out from this into more of that tank Raven playstyle with a little bit of an earlier push as well.
Oh god, exactly. There's a lot of different options and opportunities here available to Vindicta going for this double gas opener. It's also going to be a little bit on him to maybe even try and hide this from his opponent, hide this from any kind of probe scouts. We have seen players in the past, go for the full wall off at the ramp just to make sure. Interestingly enough, MacSed once again going for that Zealot first.
Yeah, so that Zealot first does just keep you a little bit safe from any proxy axes or anything like that. It does mean you can skip out on that scout as well because you have the extra safety and you can just send that Zealot across the map once you're feeling comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. And there is always potential for damage there with that Zealot. Meanwhile, we do see Vindicta just slipping back on into the main base. We're going to get behind the mineral line. He was able to avoid the scouting of MacSed, and we should be seeing that bunker.
Yeah, so nice job there, just sneaking that SCV around there. He's able to get up that bunker behind the Nexus. The Nexus, of course, while it's building, doesn't have very much vision range, so that will be out of vision as long as no probes get sent down there.
Oh boy, yeah, we'll see. We'll see if that does get spotted in the end. The Reaper is moving out across the map, just kind of poking and prodding, distracting his opponent here, buying a little bit of time for that bunker to finish, and it looks like it will.
Yeah, I always love this first little interaction when shooting the pylon. It's kind of like knocking on the door to see if anyone's home. You get to see the first unit of the Protoss gets called down, and it will be a Stalker.
It is called down. Meanwhile, the Zeld in the middle of the map does confirm the second Reaper as it is move commanded across towards that bunker. But likewise, it looks like Vindicta himself didn't notice that Zeld, and it looks like it is going to get a kill on that building SCV.
Yeah, it looks like Vindicta just wanting to keep that pressure up, sending his units straight across the map. He's actually going to be going into 3 Reapers and 2 Hellions here, so this is something a little bit new. Unfortunately, just getting that Reaper sniped out on its way to the bunker, though.
Oh, exactly. There could have been a little bit more firepower and even scouting potential here if the second Reaper had joined forces with the first, but alas, it was not meant to be. Very nice snipe there by MacSed, stopping that from happening.
Yeah, that's right. With those 3 Stalkers coming out here as well and the shield battery finished, that does mean that he is going to be able to start taking down this bunker. So looks like Vindicta just going to sit those Reapers and Hellions out the front for the moment, maybe hoping to drag some of the units up into the main here with this Reaper.
Oh god, yeah, we'll see if he can pull it off. We do see a couple of Hellions slipping in towards that natural base as well. MacSed being pulled apart a little bit. He does pull the boys, though. They do line up, but with the help of that shield battery, it looks like he's going to be able to keep them alive. Oh my god, alive!
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate not to get more probes there, but does get out with most of his units alive. Nice little grenade there just to disrupt the Stalkers as well.
Yeah, it does stop them in the end. Again, thankfully, MacSed was able to keep the majority of his probes alive, so it doesn't sustain too many losses. He still maintains his probe lead for now. Behind this, Vindicta going for a Banshee.
Yeah, I like this play. So recognizing that MacSed has been going blink into the robo rather than getting the robo before the blink does mean that observer is going to be a little bit delayed. So he's going to be mixing things up here with some cloak banshees.
Oh god, yeah, we shall see. I mean, oh god. So far, Reaper is going to get cleaned up here on the right-hand side. I don't believe the opener has been scouted yet by MacSed. As speaking of scouting, Vindicta is able to sneak into the main base as well and does get eyes on that robo.
Yeah, that's right. Gets eyes on the robo, sees the extra gateways, sees the stalker count as well. So he will know that he's up against roughly the same composition here from MacSed.
Oh, yeah, exactly. We shall see. I mean, so far he's done a great job at keeping this hidden from his opponents. And there's always a lot of potential damage for this as well. And also, scouting that robo when he did, I'm sure Vindicta can piece together that MacSed, for the most part, is playing this out the same way he did in the previous game.
Yeah, that's right, which is why I really like this adjustment as well. Seeing that MacSed going for a little bit of a safer build, he's actually going to throw down that 3rd CC before his 2nd and 3rd racks. So going for a bit more of a 3cc style, a bit more of an old school TVP style. He's going to be looking to spike that economy up and go for a bit of a later timing.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And we'll see if he can hit that timing as crisply as he can. The second Banshee is now coming out here. So it was just banking up and waiting for the second one to pop out before moving out across the map. That does mean that he does have that one-shot potential. And again, I feel like a lot is riding on these Banshees. A lot is riding on how much damage they can do.
Yeah, for sure. He's going to hope to be catching these observers a little bit out of position. I do believe it's only the 1 or 2 observers, as we do see that one heading out towards the left. So just covering both those drop paths there for MacSed.
Oh yeah, he is going to be covering them. We'll see if he gets wind of these Banshees when they do move out. Meanwhile, we do see Stim on the horizon here. We do have the 3rd CC finishing up for Vindicta much earlier than he did in the previous game, if you remember. He was a little bit more committed on those 2 bases. So yeah, Vindicta going to be looking to get into a little bit of a later game.
Yeah, that's right. And meanwhile, for MacSed, just going for a very similar plan, going for those Colossus, going for the charge right away, staying pretty slow with his economic build-up, only just getting his 3rd finished up now, which is a little bit later than you normally see for the TVP, just trying to make sure that he's extra safe here with the extra units.
Yeah, it was really interesting. Like, the same thing happened last game, if you remember, where MacSed did delay his 3rd Nexus by quite a bit. Maybe more so this game, I guess. But we'll see if that's going to be able to pay off for him. Meanwhile, the Banshees are coming in, and they barely do get spotted by that pylon.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate. It does get spotted out by that pylon. That will give MacSed a little bit of time to reroute his observers if he chooses to do so. It does look like these Banshees are going to slip in pretty well unnoticed though. Nice scan there as well in the natural just to see what is waiting for him.
Yeah, exactly. We do see 5 probes already going down. The focus fire is insane. If we want to, we could maybe even try and go for those sentries. But for the time being, just wants to get that secure economic damage and even backs off.
Yeah, we see the recall coming in there on the observers, but the Stalker's unfortunately not there in position to be able to take advantage of that. So Vindicta able to take out a sentry and a few extra probes and get out of there. Meanwhile, these Stalkers just going to be trying to track down these Banshees, but they can be a little bit hard to keep your eyes on when they go over the lava here.
Oh god, exactly. So far, MacSed is telegraphing them quite well here as they move out across the map, but it looks like the Banshees have made it home safe and sound. Meanwhile, Vindicta is getting his third base up and running with his tanks, with his bio position. Yeah, his third base will be fine.
Yeah, that's right. With this 3CC build that Vindicta's gone for here, it does mean that he's a little bit more comfortable just to sit back and be the defender here. A little bit of a supply block coming through here, unfortunately, but at the same time, we see those upgrades coming up. We see the concussive on the way, and we see that bunker and sensor tower getting ready. So he is happy just to sit back a little bit here.
Oh god, exactly. He's happy to just chill, wait for his upgrades to finish up. And meanwhile, speaking of our Protoss player, MacSed does now get his War Prism out onto the field. He has 3 Colossi. If there was ever a time to move out, it could be now. Maybe he just intends to use the War Prism to harass at the same time. As there we go, we do see a little bit of a load up, and that Prism is moving out.
Yeah, that's right. The Prism just heading in towards the main, so looking to time that out with an attack on the front. But meanwhile, for Vindicta, he does have these turrets coming up at the main and at the natural. He has that tank in position. He's got the extra vision from the Banshees as well. They are going to act as a little bit of a spotter, though.
That's true. You know, they can still come into play as well when it comes to adding their DPS, but at the moment, as you were saying, more importantly, it is important for them to come across and scout that Prism as they actually move out across the map. They're going to be backstabbing at the same time the Prism gets caught out by the Vikings.
Yeah, beautiful anticipation here from Vindicta. We can see how strong a defensive player that he is, and he is able to catch that Prism before it can even be set up. And with this huge spread of tanks over at his third, it's going to be very hard for MacSed to get anything done here.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like MacSed, unfortunately, he's going to have to back off for the time being, especially because of that tank positioning. But he's more than happy to, because we already see Disruptor production starting. We have that second robot on the way as well for double Disruptors.
Yeah, so he's going to be going straight into that double robo style with those disruptors. So heading straight towards that late game as well, or the mid to late game. So looks like both players pretty happy to just progress forward. At the same time, we see that DT Shrine going up as well. So just opening up a lot of different avenues of attack for himself here.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to have different ways to try and counterattack, to try and disrupt the economy of Vindicta, as he's been doing so with his own Banshees. So we'll see if that does go unscattered. For the time being, the Banshees have made their return, but this time there is a cannon. This time there are Stalkers in position. MacSed won't lose too much at all.
Yeah, meanwhile, I still do see a little bit of an economic lead here for Vindicta, actually ahead on SEVs, especially in TVP. That is not where you want to be as the Protoss, and we can see with MacSed playing such a safe build, opting to get a lot more units and economy in the early game, and Vindicta doing the opposite. This is where that advantage is going to start to kick in.
Oh god, yeah, it really is, and we'll see if he can, oh my god, make use of that advantage, as Vindicta's actually going for a second Ghost Academy.
And with Cloak being researched on that one Ghost Academy,
yeah,
this is going to be for nukes.
Oh my god. Let's go, Bobby. Let's go, mate. If we're going to win, why not win in style? As we're going to have that second Ghost Academy, we should be seeing the nukes on the production tab shortly. We already see Liberator production has commenced. Eventually, it looks like, oh, these Banshees are going to get cleaned up, but the Medevac barely survives. It slips on past, and this is all designed to buy time. This is all designed to give Vindicta an opportunity to actually get into those nukes.
Yeah, that's right. This is a classic Vindicta game. We are seeing him just turtling up, being safe, getting that economy going, and getting the multi-prong harass going as well. So good to see him feeling a little bit more comfortable in this game.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit more in his comfort zone here on Inside. And now we just see one of these tanks, actually 2 of the tanks, maybe even 3 tanks getting caught out here. Oh my god, MacSed catching a massive like kind of rotation here from Vindicta.
Yeah, that's right. He is able to catch the position, the units a little bit out of position. Meanwhile, going to be sending a run by in here at the third.
Yeah, exactly. Zealots run by in towards that third base. We do have a tank, though. We do have a Liberator. It looks like another tank is going to go down in the blink of an eye. I believe 4 tanks have fallen here for Vindicta. This is getting a little bit scary. Like, it's really cool to see all these upgrades and all these all these nukes on the horizon, but we'll see if Vindicta can actually make it there.
Yeah, that's right. But fortunate for him as well here, he didn't take too much SCV damage. Meanwhile, MacSed just going straight for the throat. He's going to push straight through the middle, but really nice surround here coming in from Vindicta, getting some good EMPs down and starting to focus down those Colossus with the Vikings.
Yeah, exactly. Those EMPs were so crucial. It looks like Vindicta will take the fight in the end, but at the same time, the Zealots did get a little bit out of control there at that third base. 15 SCVs went down.
Yeah, a lot of SCVs going down there to the Zealots. All the Disruptors going down there, and we will see this last Colossus going down as well.
Oh, exactly. We do have a little bit of stutter stepping here. The Marauders, they want it so bad. One more shot. It looks like the Colossus will barely survive. But again, that was only 1 Colossus surviving out of, 3 Colossus in total and 4 Disruptors. So Vindicta holding on there.
Yeah, just managing to hold. And we can see with the SCV count as well, really not that far behind in the economy. MacSed actually just stopping on 67 probes, has been on this probe count for a long time and just kind of smashing in, trying to break through the defenses of the Terran, not really looking towards a later game here.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I mean, because that, he's in a way suited all in. He's taking a base behind this, but here we go. The third base once again left completely undefended by Vindicta. It is going to go down because of the high ground, because of these Disruptors. There's just no way for him to stop this. Yeah,
13 SCVs going down here. Those Disruptors just going to be zoning out the army as well to let the Zealots reign free and take out everything that's over here at the third base. Meanwhile, for Vindicta, we do see that Ghost headed out now to get a little bit of harass on the other side of the map, and this is going to help bring the momentum back in his favor.
Yeah, it really will. We'll see if MacSed gets eyes on this. It looks like he will. He will pull the probes away immediately, but again, this will just provide a little bit of breathing room here for Vindicta. Never mind, MacSed does not turn around. He is not deterred.
Yeah, so that cannon will go down here. We're seeing a small warp in there for MacSed as well, but meanwhile, just taking all of this army in one big bunch and just going to shove it straight down through the middle here. Vindicta going to have to defend once again.
Oh god, yeah, it looks like he will have to defend here, but MacSed, he finds his way up the ramp. He's pushing on in towards the natural base as well. The tank count just isn't high enough or isn't even in position here, and Vindicta, we got a nuke on the way, but does it even matter?
Here we see that nuke going down. He is forced to drop back into his own natural to start defending. That nuke is going to land here.
Oh, the nuke will land. 15 probes are going to go down, and that's a great way to counterattack here. But again, the natural is forfeit. Vindicta down to 2 bases.
Yeah, considering how low the economy of MacSed has been throughout this game, if he can take out a few more of these bases mining, it's actually very significant because MacSed didn't have that much mining in the first place, but at the same time, this is an army that Vindicta is going to have to deal with very soon.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to be forced to engage, forced into this fight. We have more nukes on the way, but I don't think we have any to zone away this army. Once again, the tanks were on siege. Novas are going to be going off. Nice target fire here to take down those Disruptors.
Yeah, beautiful target fire with the tanks there to take down the Disruptors. Unfortunately, not too many Vikings here, so it is going to be difficult to deal with this Colossus, and he has been zoned out from his own natural.
Yeah, exactly. We do even have a couple of tanks here in the main base as well, trying to hold the line, but again, the wall is not a wall. The tanks are going to be going down, even a medevac.
Yeah, that medevac getting sniped out of the air there does force Vindicta into a bit of an all-in position here to retake his natural, but he just is not able to do so, and GG is called.
GG is called. MacSed will take the 2-0 here. Vindicta did have a better showing here in game number 2, much better compared to Data C, don't get us wrong, but alas, maybe going into those nukes was a little bit too cheeky. I love the style though. I love the pizzazz of doing that, and yeah, maybe not even anticipating that MacSed would stay on a pretty low probe count, be as aggressive as he was.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate there, and going down 2-0 like that does mean, unfortunately, we have lost out on this clan war, but we still have those 2 games left to play, so if PattyMac is here, we do have those XY versus PattyMac games lined up.
Yeah, exactly. I do not mind saying this, but they are giving us a couple of minutes here as well. They're giving us around 10 minutes to try and find our player here, to try and bring him on in. Have been trying to contact PattyMac this entire time, so I apologize if I was a little bit distracted during the broadcast. I'm trying to get my hands on him, but unfortunately I yeah, I don't know, man. I can't find him.
Hey, we're missing the tip.
We are missing the tip. But last GG, congratulations to MacSed for his really solid play there against Vindicta, doing very similar having very similar approaches between game 1 and game number 2. Yeah, quite solid.
Yeah, solid game plan there. Just kept to a nice simple game plan and did a good job getting into those awkward positions, using those disruptors just to zone out the army of Vindicta. And Vindicta definitely getting a lot more of a footing in that second game, but unfortunately just not able to hold his economy down in time to get that multi-prong going.
Yeah, exactly. And the Banshees, I have to wonder. I mean, they did kill, I believe it was 7 probes in total, which wasn't bad. After that, they had a bit of a harder time dealing damage. I had to imagine that was probably worth it in the end for Vindicta. But his other kind of forms of aggression were being shut down. If you remember, he was attempting to go for a couple of drops into the main base as well. But every time, MacSed, his vision was just so good when it came to pylons, when it came to observers.
Yeah, good vision out there with the pylons and observers. Did a good job as well reacting to that Banshee harass at the third. I wonder if Vindicta could have been a little bit more adventurous with that, maybe sending it into the natural, taking a few extra risks there, but unfortunately not quite able to get the win there.
Yeah, unfortunately not. And like that, our ace player goes down. I do definitely believe that, Oreo, PattyMac, and Vindicta, they definitely had chances in their series, or even sometimes a favorite in their series. And I want to say that PattyMac can bring it back here and put some points on the board. If he was here.
Yeah.
Feels bad, man. Feels bad.
It's definitely going to be a little bit more difficult for him to put points on the board if he isn't here.
I know, right? Smurge, Bappy Smurge. Again, we do still have a couple of minutes available to us, and have been trying to message PattyMac. Maybe after this, it's time for us to actually get their numbers or something, or maybe
pager.
PattyMac's roommate's number or something in his college dorm.
Get the duck signal.
Yeah, yes, we need to flash the duck signal into the night sky so they know when they are needed. Yeah. Oh my god, it's such a shame if we're not able to play this out as well. Just because I know that he himself has been excited about World Team League, and I think he was even talking about it in his last stream. I'm getting excited having the opportunity to be a part of this. I'm sure that if he isn't here, I'm sure it's for a good reason. I'm sure that something must have come up, and yeah. I'd like to believe it isn't like, oh, he's like just sleeping in or something. I like to believe.
We'll let you have that. You can believe.
Yeah, exactly. So tis a bit of a feels bad, man. Here, a little bit of feels bad. But Invictus Gaming, props to them. They have put up a really, really good fight here. And even like I appreciate like their enthusiasm, even when it comes to the ceremonies as well. Like even MacSed doing a couple of these ones, I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's right. They're getting into the spirit of it, and it is a little bit of a what's the word? Small recompense that this match wasn't gonna matter as much, seeing as they've already got the win here. So would have been really sad to see it come down to this, but at the same time, yeah, we'd definitely love to see us get maybe a few points on the board here. So hopefully we can get PattyMac in there. Otherwise, Poppy, I like the suggestions in the chat. XY is a Terran and you are a Zerg, so despite the difference in MMR, it is a Zerg versus Terran.
Where are you going, mate? ZVT is my worst matchup. What are you talking about?
Hey, it doesn't matter. You're still a Zerg. Just get in there.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Just make it workers.
If it was any other race, sure, let's go. But ZVT is unwinnable. I mean, what do you want from me? What do you? Yeah. I don't know. Even a combined effort, an Archon of Light and Asher, I don't think even we would be able to to do too much in the end. Oh god. XY he's no pushover. One of the older players in the scene. I believe he's one of the oldest actually players in the scene, but still quite powerful.
Yeah, definitely a powerful player to come up against there. So, I still would have had confidence in PattyMac, especially after clutching out that game versus Battlebee to get us into the Code S. Like,
I know.
He's got the strats when it comes to the PvT. Unfortunately, as well, that we didn't have Dolan today.
Yeah, really unfortunate. For those wondering, Dolan, he's at a wedding right now. I don't believe it's his own wedding, but he is unfortunately unavailable this weekend. He's actually not even in his home state. He did kind of fly out for that, so he just doesn't have access to his setup at the moment. And again, when it comes to PattyMac, like I want to praise him a little bit more, just because like I do think that he's a little bit of an underrated player. I do think that a lot of people are, when it comes to our team, do focus on Vindicta, rightfully so. You know, he has proven himself. But I do think that PattyMac likewise is another player that can go toe to toe with almost any of IG's lineup, for example. Just hasn't had as many opportunities to really showcase that.
Yeah, a little bit of a shame there. Would be nice to definitely showcase the bit of the depth of the CranKy Ducklings roster.
Yeah, exactly. But alas, I guess 'tis not meant to be. I mean, we do still have a couple of minutes available here to us. I don't see any response on Discord, unfortunately. We'll see kind of what happens here as well, because this is such a premier tournament and is honestly like a big event. I do know that there are penalties as well for providing things like walkovers, especially because they give you time ahead of time to prepare for your matches. I don't really know what that is going to be. Hopefully it doesn't affect us too much here, whether it comes down to like a point penalty or even like a financial penalty or something. I don't know what exactly it's going to be, but I do know that that this is taken pretty seriously.
Yeah, so hopefully we can will him through the internet. Just think about the tip. Think about it.
Think of
everyone in the chat.
Everyone in the chat. Put the tip in your mind, okay? we have I just got told we have 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Embrace the tip.
Embrace the tip, everyone. Embrace the tip.
Aye.
We have 2 minutes here for PattyMac to show up. Can he do it? Can he be here in time? Please, puppy, please.
Do it,
God.
Phil Light.
Oh my God. You know, maybe we're gonna have to talk about those drama streams. You know, maybe they're I don't know. Maybe they're a bad influence on him. I don't know.
Maybe he just wanted to make more drama.
Oh, maybe.
Like the PattyMac no-show tell-all drama within the CranKy Duckling.
Maybe. Oh! Hold on.
Huh?
PattyMac is on his phone right now.
Okay. That's almost as good as being on your computer.
Hold on.
I'm looking forward to the camera with...
He's here, puppy. He's here. Let's go.
I'm looking forward to seeing him on the camera with 30 seconds of being awake. Maybe he can set up his laptop still in bed. Get a little cup of coffee going.
They want you in a Zoom call. PattyMac, he has made it. You know what it was? You said it yourself, man. It was us. It was the chat. We just had to believe in the tip, Papi. We had to believe, and bam, it shows up. Just like magic.
Someone in the chat, I don't know who it was. Someone raised the tip. Someone's done it.
Oh my God, he's done it. The tip has been raised. Oh my God.
Let's go. He's they're saying it in the chat. He's too cool, fashionably late. He has to arrive when he's least expected. You know, right when all hope is given up, he's the hero that, not the hero that we deserved, but the hero that showed up.
The hero that we need right now, mate. I'm gonna have to have a discussion with PattyMac after this to figure out what the hell went on, what was happening. Oh my god. But yes, he is here. We just have to set him up as well, so we can set up his camera and all that good stuff. He may have to put on some clothes.
Yes, he's gonna get those pants on.
He's gonna get the pants on. He's gonna get the jersey on as well. Oh my god, PattyMac is online in game.
He doesn't have to get the jersey on. We know he sleeps. He sleeps in that CranKy Ducklings jersey. Never comes off, man.
Like,
he's in the club in the club with the CranKy Ducklings jersey.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Oh my god. Literally like 1 minute left, mate.
With the buzzer beater, has to create some drama. He just has to.
He has to create the drama, Papi. Aye. All right, here we go. He's in game. He has made it here. Okay. Game 1, West. Game 2, Taiwan. Oh my god.
Done it.
He's in the lobby. I believe he is setting up his camera as we speak as well. We're getting into this. We can still fight back. Oh my god. I'm just getting ready for the message like, sorry mate, I was out clubbing last night.
Well, up in the club, having the investigative journalism questions going down.
Yeah. You know, I like before I was really interrupted by PattyMac. I was gonna go into like when you're like, mate, what happened? Like, why is he not here? What's been going on? I'm like, maybe the journalism got a little bit too real. You know, the LTK hit squad came out. You know, they wanted to silence the presses.
They took him out, puppy.
They took him out. They sent Maples, and now PattyMac is in protective custody, mate. Oh my god.
But meanwhile, we do have this game up and ready to go. It looks like they're getting that lobby going. They're getting in game, so they should be starting any second now.
Yeah. They're just. I think they're just getting the cam sorted out and stuff like that. But because they're at least in the lobby, we know that this game will get underway. We will have this best of 2 series. Because it's already a 4-0 in favor of Invictus Gaming. I don't think it's possible for us to win this series, but we can fight back. We can put some points on the board. We can make some magic happen, Papi, with the tip.
Mate, what if PattyMac shows up with 30 seconds to go, 50 seconds after he woke up, and gets the 4-0 of XY, tying things up?
Oh my god. His ceremony, he's gonna whip out the alphabet, mate. He's gonna... I'm just trying to think. What does
that mean?
What do you do with XY? How do you
XY? Okay, yeah.
What do you think?
What the hell are you talking about?
He's gonna whip out the Z, mate. He's gonna whip it out. He's gonna finish it.
No. That's a good one. You could have like a whiteboard that has all the letters of the alphabet, and then you take the XY and you throw them off the whiteboard.
There you go, mate. There you go.
Mate, that'd take a notch out of that 9 mindset.
There we go. As this madman has the biggest mind we have ever seen. I guess with age comes wisdom.
Yeah, it looks like.
Mate, they're brutal with the micro.
Yeah, they've been brutal. It's just a straight line.
Oh my god, the micro is non-existent, the offensive is non-existent. But here we go, maybe a little bit more of a well-rounded player here. PattyMac, just giving the camera this sultry look. Forgive me, Papi. Forgive me for being late, but I'm here when I'm needed most.
It's like, you don't care that I'm late, do you? I'm like, no. I'm swooning, Papi.
How you doing? Oh my god.
Hey, we need an extra stat for that.
Yeah.
We got the offense, we got the defense, we got the micro, we got the mindset, we got the raw sex appeal.
Raw sex
10
appeal.
out of 10.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, pretty interesting stat wise that they have set up here. Likewise, they have I kind of trust the WTL guys when it comes to the more regional players here, that they would know kind of more or less what they're talking about. And XY, for them to do him dirty when it comes to micro and defense. Interesting.
What are you trying to say here? You're like, wow, it must be really bad.
Oh, aye. Hey, the WTL boys doing the boy dirty. Oh my god, they don't believe, but again, maybe they should. XY, a very solid player in the Chinese scene. Of course, in the Chinese scene, he is still overshadowed by players like Time, by players like Coffee. And now he's got to go up against. He's got to go up against the tip, the duck, the patty.
That is true. The tip of the beak, of course.
Yeah. Of course. What else? Yeah.
But meanwhile, as you're referring to, XY, definitely a veteran. And with being a veteran comes some pretty wily build orders, some pretty wily strategies as well. So especially in this best of 2 format, going to be looking out for him to bring out some pretty sneaky strats.
Oh, yeah. Especially on a map like Waterfall, I do expect something crazy to come out from XY. But you know what? PattyMac, he was forged in the flames of the North American ladder. If anyone knows crazy, it's PattyMac.
Man, he was born in the crazy, molded by it. That's why he wakes up 30 seconds before.
Because he's crazy, Poppy. He's crazy. That's why he's out there on the front lines doing the investigative journalism that we need. You know, he is out there doing God's work. And oh my god, here in this PVT, now to be honest, I know we've been a little bit biased in the past, but PattyMac, I do believe that he does struggle a little bit against Terran. You know, against Terran, his matchup isn't as strong as it otherwise is for some of the other matchups. So I do think that IG are a little bit lucky in that respect. You know, I do think that they rolled the dice well, kind of landing XY here. But at the same time, how familiar is XY with the NA ladder, you know?
Yeah, it is true. And I know that PattyMac definitely a little bit of a stylistic player. We do see him quite often going for 2-gate openings against Terran, which is something that you don't see all that often. So we'll have to see if XY has done his research there, whether he's respected his opponent enough to put in that little bit of extra work as well. And we have to see as well if PattyMac has something a little bit different prepared. But on a map like Waterfall, the playstyle of PattyMac can be very difficult to deal with those gateway units getting across the map that much quicker on that short rush distance.
100%, mate. 100%. I do think it does favor the aggressor here, depending on who it's going to be. Maybe even 2 aggressors facing up here in the middle of the map as well. What I want to know, though, you know, we had a very creative celebration from Coffee, and obviously we're not going to be seeing it here from XY. But do you think one of the reasons why they were like so like, come on, yo, he's gonna show up? I like to think that XY has like a Big Mac on the side, and it's it's been chilling there for a while, and he planned to like take a bite out of it after winning, but now like it's not looking that appealing anymore.
It's gone bad. He doesn't get to have dinner anymore.
Oh my god.
Yeah, meanwhile, we do see him spawning in that bottom left-hand corner there. XY, the Terran for IG, and in the top right-hand corner here is the Protoss for CranKy Ducklings. It is PattyMac.
Yeah, exactly. The Big Mac is here, the patty of the Mac even, if you will. And yeah, we're on Waterfall for the first time here in this series. Oh my god! PattyMac rocking his jersey, rocking the flat cap as well, indoors, because why not? Because he just got out of bed, he has some bed hair, that's why. True.
Let's just go with that. He definitely does. I feel like he normally does. Animal.
Animal indeed. Meanwhile, you were talking about it. We were talking about it. We were talking about these crazy North American Protoss players, and we do have a 2-gate opener here.
Yeah, as advertised, going for that 2-gate here. And if XY isn't aware of that, there is going to be a lot of aggression coming his way. We can also see as well, XY hiding his racks up in the corner here, and this might be something that comes back to bite him if PattyMac chooses to open with some adepts.
Exactly. He's like, yo, I'm going to trick him out. I'm going to fake him out because I'm not going to have anything here to scout. Little does he know, PattyMac never planned to scout. He's going to be scouting with his first couple units, and because of that, the wall is going to be a little bit less of a wall.
PattyMac says scouting. That's for nerds, mate. I just attack.
I just F2A, puppy. I am the ape. Oh my god. Oh, as he is just getting into this game, I love it. PattyMac, he's not impressed. You know, he's like, can we move on to the ace match? You know, can we?
just let me get my 2-0 and get me out of here.
I'm ready to go clubbing again, mate. Let's go.
Meanwhile, we do have this Reaper coming out for XY. It's going to do a little bit of extra scouting here, make sure that there's no proxies around, especially with the lack of a probe scout. Meanwhile, for PattyMac, we do in fact see those adepts coming up, but XY fortunately getting that factory in the wall is going to be able to block out any shades though.
Yeah, exactly. The wall is indeed that wall that we were talking about. Meanwhile, XY moving out across the map with his first Reaper, just confirming. Oh, we do have already 2 gateways here. Where are those units? They're moving out across the map as the adepts are now rocking up at the natural.
Yeah, meanwhile, we see a very aggressive opener coming out of XY. He's going to be doing a concussive Marauder build with some Hellions as well. So this is usually going to be a bit of an elevator push using the medevac to drop the units into the main.
Yeah, this is a little bit scary here. Looking at the vision of PattyMac, I believe he can't quite see and confirm that starport. So for all he knows, there is going to be a CC on the high ground. He doesn't quite have eyes on the racks either because it was proxied or it was kind of hidden away in the corner of that base. So I really love how things are kind of playing out here for XY. It's very methodical, you know, very, what is it? +9 stat mental.
Drew bringing out the high mental strength strategies. Meanwhile, we do see it. PattyMac is going to be jumping on top of these units here. So with that shade, he's going to be able to trap those Hellions in there. And that does take a lot of the sting out of the push of XY. Meanwhile, seeing that medevac as well, he's going to have a pretty good idea of what's coming his way.
Yeah, exactly. Now he's fully aware of the drop potential, but he's not aware of those Marauders. But it looks like they're going to be forced to reveal themselves here defensively back at home. So honestly, best case scenario for PattyMac.
Yeah, his Marauders are going to be shown just to take out these adepts. Meanwhile, the adept, nice little bit of target fire, taking out the Hellion as well, and is going to get the scout on the natural going down.
Exactly. So now he knows it's not going to be a one base all in or anything of that nature. He's fully aware of the drop coming across the map as well. He was able to really shave off that Hellion count. So a lot of the power, a lot of the pushing power of this drop is now gone. Still has those 3 Marauders though, and you know we cannot understate how good they can be.
Yeah, that's right. But meanwhile, this does give the opportunity for PattyMac to get his units in position. Doesn't have a shield battery here, unfortunately, at the front, but he's going to be able to start putting some damage onto this medevac.
Yeah, exactly. Medevac does sustain a little bit of hits. One Marauder goes down because the medevac was forced to back off. We don't have a shield battery, and because of that, these Marauders are going to be able to focus on a couple of these Stalkers, and things are getting a little bit out of hand.
Yeah, things definitely getting a little bit dicey here. The probes are being forced to be pulled, but those Hellions lining up a few shots on those probes as well is going to make that a little bit more punishing.
Yeah, exactly. The Marauders, they keep these Stalkers busy while the Hellions get into the mineral line. Already 7 probes going down. Very nicely done. Doesn't get a volley off in the end. But honestly, was this worth it? 7 workers and a handful of Stalkers. Not just for Hellions, though, for a medevac and also for those Marauders as well.
Yeah, that's right. A lot of the units of XY going down there, but quite a few probes as well going down for PattyMac. And we do see the Warp Prism being started up now as he senses he needs to get a little bit of counter damage done here himself.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to be moving out across the map with what he can. He does run face first into a tank, so he's going to be forced to back on up. Meanwhile, at the same time, we do have a Raven slipping into that main base looking to deal some auto turret harass.
Yeah, without the battery here as well, that does mean these probes are going to be going down pretty quickly. Fortunately, PattyMac sees that before the turret can go down. So nice quick pull there by PattyMac. He's going to be able to prevent any damage going onto those probes.
I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure he threw down he queued up the auto turret, but he threw it down as the probes. Yeah, we're moving.
It got blocked by the probes. Yeah.
Yeah. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. But meanwhile, across the map, Blink is done. We do have a Dark Shrine on the way for PattyMac. So going to be a bit of a 1-2 punch with the high ground vision. He can even chip away at that tech lab, I believe, with Stim on it.
Yeah, this is actually a really cool move going for the DT Shrine despite the Raven. It's a pretty good read on kind of the mentality of a Terran player where with that Raven going out, it's pretty unlikely that they're going to be building a turret as well.
Yeah, exactly. And already we have a Blink on forward. That Zealot was able to tank the first tank shot. Tank falls. Liberator gets forced away. Oh, the Raven actually comes in as well.
Yeah, so that Raven is going to be going down, and that does mean that these DTs have quite a bit more potential. Nice micro there coming out from PattyMac as well. All these Stalkers in the red here, getting the maximum potential out of his units.
Yeah, exactly. There is still one tank that does rotate over towards the low ground, so it looks like XY is going to be able to hold on for the time being, but we have another blink available, and he goes for it.
Yeah, very nice move there, just dropping that Stalker to take the first tank shot, and that allows him to blink in and get some extra damage. Good micro here as well with the Prism, just going to start juggling these Stalkers on the front, making sure none of them are going down to the SCV pool.
Oh, yeah, exactly. You know, Coffee may have gotten the Oreos, but maybe PattyMac had the coffee of his own because he is going to be able to break through in towards the natural base. The Marine count is honestly surprisingly low because, again, the count has been reset time and time again. We do have some nice target power on that Prism, but it does survive, and more SCVs are falling.
Yeah, 12 SCVs going down, 13 SCVs going down. Really nice job by PattyMac here, and now he's going to be whooping in those DTs.
Oh, exactly. The DTs are coming on in. Do we have enough energy for a scan? We do not have a scan at the natural, but what about the main as the DTs do get into said main base? The tanks!
Yeah, those DTs going to be jumping straight on top of the tank, going into the main mineral line as well. Looks like no energy for a scan at that main, so if he can keep these two DTs separated, yeah, and he's done a good job of that, that means that not both of them will be able to go down.
Yeah, exactly. Only one tank remaining right now, and already this is worth it here as SCVs are falling in the main base. PattyMac waiting for his opportunity to dive on top of this army. The Stalkers are still waiting outside the natural. The tank is able to shell away and still cover said natural base though, so PattyMac doesn't find a way in, but this DT is doing damage.
Yeah, DT just picking away at those bio units, but the bio doing a good job with the hold position there, just getting enough time for that turret to get up. But meanwhile, PattyMac just being such a nuisance with the DTs, just dancing on the outside of turret range. Unfortunately, losing those two DTs pretty cheaply there, but that does give him the opportunity to get his third up back at home.
Yeah, exactly. Third base is already complete. Oh my god, the WTL. He's listening in, mate. He knows, Bobby. He knows. But the third is already up and running. We have a gateway explosion. We have a robotic spade. Look at that. Charge already halfway done. PattyMac has not been hyper fixated on this attack despite how much damage he has been dealing. He has been macroing very solidly back at home.
You see a big sigh in the camera as he's like, oh, I have to play this one out. Can't you just die?
Why'd you have to show up? I just want to eat my burger. Aye. So, yeah, XY just being contained here to these two bases. Rebuilding his Raven, interesting choice. I mean, it does make a lot of sense because he does still have to deal with these DTs and he doesn't want to be wasting any scan energy, not in a two-base scenario like this.
That is true, but it does delay his medevacs a lot, and in a situation where PattyMac is getting Colossus out as well, and XY is going to be needing his Vikings really soon, that puts everything behind by a pretty significant amount.
Oh god, it really does. And now as a result, PattyMac, he just has to weather the storm. He has to try and hold on here from the counterattack. We do have a bit of a drop sneaking in on the right-hand side, but it does get spotted by a Stalker.
Yes, drop is going to be spotted by the Stalker, just boosts on past, heading up through this corner here as well as we see that Thermal Lens starting to finish up here.
Yeah, exactly. Thermal Lens finishing up here for those Colossi. I believe we have at least one Colossus ready back at home, maybe even two for PattyMac. The drop is going to be moving out, but alas, he wasn't able to make it. We have a scan here, XY confirming there is no triangular third. I don't think he's had eyes on the linear third.
Yeah, that's right. So he hasn't quite gotten eyes on this yet. I think he should probably expect that there'd be an extra base up by now, but at the same time, PattyMac pretty significantly ahead on the army development here is going to be getting all those Colossus out. It's just going to be up to him to not take too much damage from the multi-prong here.
Oh, exactly. Not going to be taking too much damage at all. We do see XY trying to push out, trying to establish a third base, but at the same time, as he moves out, DT slips on in. Thankfully, we do have two turrets here. We do have a couple of reinforcements. DT is going to be cleaned up. But PattyMac behind this, mate, he'd be chilling. He takes a fourth base.
Yeah, we see that fourth base going down. Really not wanting to force the issue prematurely here is just going to start to slow down this progression of XY on the map.
Oh god, exactly. Meanwhile, Hallucination even baiting out that mine as well. The Colossus, the Big Daddy Colossus are pushing on forward. The Raven gets targeted down immediately, does get an anti-armor missile on the Stalkers, but not on the Zealots.
Yeah, that's right. And PattyMac just going to play things safe now, going to back up, wait for that to expire. Meanwhile, warping in some Zealots into the main here, getting a lot of these SCVs down.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of SCVs going down. There aren't enough Marines to stop this War Prism at all. The Zealots are getting out of hand. We have another Warping as well. And XY, he's stun locked right now. His army in the middle of the map has not moved. He hasn't made any progress at all. He's still struggling to maintain control of his main.
Yeah, actually pulling SCVs from the natural up into the main. That is not what you want to see here as the Terran player with 14 SCVs now going down.
Oh, exactly. At the same time, PattyMac is waiting for that army. We see the Unsiege, we see the Unburrow, and just as that happens, PattyMac dives on top of the army, takes down every single mine. It does cost him a lot of Zealots, don't get me wrong, and that is a lot of the buffer for these Colossi, but XY, if he wasn't all in before, he is all in now.
Yeah, that's right. With all that SCV damage, PattyMac just has to keep forcing sieges, picking away at this army. The more that he can reduce this bio count, the better chance that he has to get back in, to get this game finished off here, and even going to be sending in a bit more harass into the main with that War Prism.
Yeah, here we go. Prism's going into the main base. At the same time, XY going for a double jump into the main base of PattyMac as well. Prism does barely survive, getting another warping of Zealots in said main. And XY's main army is still struggling to find too much damage. He's still struggling to move forward as he gets caught unsieged.
Yeah, that's right. A little bit of an unfortunate timing here. PattyMac going to jump right on top of this army. So while things are going down in his main, he is going to be able to clean things up and get the win here. And we have a very subdued celebration.
Tip. He's
Kiss
like, can I get the next game, please? Can I get I was promised a Team League match. What's going on? As PattyMac does take the first game there, the first map win on the board for the CranKy Ducklings. It almost didn't happen. He almost couldn't pull it off. But we got one.
And he rocks up. He's only just woken up, and he goes, you know what? Let's get a win. I'm just going to decide to get us on the board. I want to sleep comfortably when I go back to sleep in 10 minutes.
It's a Sunday, Poppy. It's a Sunday. As... Yeah. We're trying to get over towards the Korean server, but it looks like we're having a couple of issues. Yeah, as we were just covering that series.
Yeah, looks like we're just sorting that one out as we do have that second map being picked here now. So looks like PattyMac going back to his old favorite once again, going for Moondance. This is a map that we've seen him pick, honestly, every single time when he gets the opportunity to pick a map. He just loves this map. Maybe because he's a bit of a club man, likes to go for a bit of a dance, sees dance in the name, and is like, this is where I need to be.
Oh yeah, exactly. He is. Oh god, he loves to dance in the moonlight. It is what he does. It is what he's about. And yeah, whenever he gets a chance to do so, he does find his way here.
Yeah, he does dance. Yeah. Except when you wake him up.
Oh boy, as
what are these letters mean? They've given XY a C, but they've given PattyMac the D. What does it mean? I wonder if that's like maybe an overall rating? They have given him a little bit of a lower score.
Yeah. I think the total score number accounts for that.
He's got the D, puppy.
Oh. Yeah, he does have the D. I'm actually trying to help out the players here when it comes to the lobby and when it comes to setting things up. PattyMac was just having some issues logging into Korea. Just having some issues, but hopefully those issues are going to be resolved.
Yeah, we are just sorting that one out, and looks like, yeah, there we go. We have our game being sorted out. PattyMac, of course, just got to keep the drama going.
I was really scared, man. He's like, yo, I can't log into Korea. I'm like, no.
Like, I can't log into Korea. I don't want to log into Korea. I'm going back to bed.
Oh, God. Okay, the lobby has been made. We should be seeing the game itself shortly in a couple of moments. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping that these stats do evolve and they change over time to to take into account like certain things that happen throughout the series. Yeah, I'm looking forward to see how the stats evolve.
Yeah, that you can say what we're all thinking. They need to give the Ducklings some better stats. I want to see Vindicta with a 10 in micro next time.
True, I do, mate. We're gonna have to have some words with the admins, mate. Oh boy! Again, I'm just happy to see that PattyMac does take that first game. Here in game number 2, even though he has the map choice, we are gonna have a server preference for XY, as this is gonna be on the Taiwanese server. So he's gonna have a bit of an easier time, or a better time, controlling his army and working against what PattyMac has. So he at least has that going for him. Is it gonna be enough though? Is it gonna be enough to really take on the entire tip?
We do see as well. With that little, I like the way that they like superimpose the 2 hexagons on each other. So
yeah.
You can see the offense and micro of PattyMac. Yeah. just the tip of that offense and the tip of the micro sticking out there.
No, that's XY. Because XY has the line. XY is blue.
Yeah, he's blue.
Yeah.
So the micro is sticking out for PattyMac.
Oh, okay, yeah. Just the that's more than a tip, mate. That's
that's a generous tip.
It really is. Oh my god. Yeah. I mean, what I will say is that apparently XY has a great mindset, so I'm sure that he was able to take this loss on the chin. I'm sure he was able to take it well here in the end, and I'm sure brush it off and get into a bit of a better game. Yeah, Moonnest is going to be an interesting one because it is PattyMac's go-to, but at the same time, I do feel like there are also strengths for Terran players as well.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if we actually have seen a PvT coming out from PattyMac on Moondowns. Usually it's been PvPs, if I remember right. Yeah. So there is a possibility that he's got a bit of a sneaky strat up his sleeve here.
Mate, you're not thinking proxy starport, are you?
No, that's illegal. It's illegal, mate. I don't want to see any void rays.
Is that illegal?
I'll be disappointed. It is illegal. They're gonna lock him up.
They're gonna give his address to LTK. They're gonna dox him.
No. He's gonna have a knock on the door, being like, "I heard you were saying some things, buddy."
Heard you were running your mouth on Twitch, mate. What's going on?
It's time for us to have a little talk, Mr. Tip.
Oh my god. Oh boy. Yeah. I mean, I'm excited. I just can't wait to get into this game. I can confirm that we're just waiting for the delay to build up, and then we are going to be getting into our final game of the night. I do think that even, if I'm not mistaken, even if PattyMac wins this 2-0, I don't think we get an ace match, correct?
Yeah, it'll be a 4-2 score overall, but it looks nice. And that map score, it can come into the scoring at the end of the season. That could be the difference between, relegation and staying in the league for the next season. Of course, with the way that this season works, we do have the 12 teams, and the bottom 2 teams do get relegated. So it's going to be our goal, of course, to get above that last 2, try to get into the meat of that, into the meat of the contest, though.
Yeah, it's all about that meat, mate. I am. I agree, Asher.
Okay. Actually, I want to leave it there.
Couldn't have put it better myself. Man,
I saw they've done their predictions. They put us at 12th. Clowns.
Oh, the power rankings.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did see that Wax Angel did put us at 12, and I kind of understand the logic. We did lose to Invictus Gaming in Code A. I understand, but you got to believe in the Ducklings, mate. I do believe there are players here in this league that we can take down, that we can bring down here. So, mate, we're not going to get 12 players. What are you talking about, mate? Top 8. Let's go.
Top 8 for sure. As we are heading straight into this one, here we have XY in the top left-hand corner.
Ooh, we do, and in the bottom right, we have a PattyMac for the CranKy Ducklings, again putting the first point on the board. Can he get a second? Can he go undefeated in World Team League Code S?
That would be pretty cool.
That would be pretty sick. That would be pretty sick. We'll see. We'll see if he can pull it off here. Actually.
Costume change. Let's go.
PattyMac getting a little bit chilly, actually. Oh.
He's putting on the jacket. Got to be suave.
Yeah, exactly. You can't give away too much for free, you know? We're not like that here. You gotta make them work for it, right?
Mate, you gotta have something to take off when you get that win.
you gotta. Do you think that's why he did it? Do you think he's gonna get us banned?
Yes. He's gonna shock that jacket when we get that dub.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me at him.
Invictus this.
Meanwhile, we do see once again going for that 2-gate opening, so I don't see why not. Got some nice success in that last game, so going to go for the same once again. But for XY, we're seeing something a little bit different. We're seeing a reactor first.
Yeah, very different opener here. If you remember, just bringing everyone back to game number 1, XY was being cheeky. He did go for a kind of pseudo proxy racks into Marauders, which was scattered very early on. This time, doing something very different.
Yeah, so with that early reactor, with the CC going down, it is looking like there's a few different options here for him. Could be a 3 racks, or if we see that factory going down as well, you do have a few options here to move out with a good amount of Marines and maybe a couple Hellions as well. It's a bit of an older build that XY might be kind of resurrecting a little bit just to get the jump on his opponent. But PattyMac here going for the 2-gate opening, that is going to allow him to start skirmishing with these Marines nice and early.
That's the thing, right? Like, and I do think that that's why PattyMac favors this style, is because it allows you to be aggressive early on. If your opponent is being a little bit, I don't know if I even want to say greedy, but you know, if they do have their CC on the low ground, you can even try and delay it and deny it, especially on Moondance, because the rush distance is so short. CC is going to finish up in a couple of seconds. It looks like the Marines are here to push away this Adept.
Yeah, but meanwhile, with the 2 Adepts, he can actually take this fight. And nice little bit of micro here as well, showing off that high stat in micro, of course.
Yeah, exactly. And with that high stat, he's going to be able to clean up every single one of these Marines. We have 2 more Marines coming towards the low ground. But again, you could argue that this is already a little bit worth it here because of the opener for XY. That Marine count is now almost gone.
Yeah, of course. And like the main thing this is doing as well, it doesn't allow the Terran to play their game plan. With the opening that XY was going for, he probably was looking to get a little bit of damage across the map with the Marines. But meanwhile, the damage is starting to stack up here for PattyMac. He's actually going to be able to get that shade in on top of that, on top of the depots.
Oh my god, not just on top of the depot, he's going to be able to get into the main base as well. The Adepts are getting a little bit out of him. No, he locks himself out, puppy. The Hellions, they do come back in, but one of them already gets focused down.
He says, I'm not trapping you in here with me. I'm trapped in here with you.
What are you saying?
I don't know.
You're not a trap?
You're not a trap. I'm trapping myself with you.
I'm a trap. Oh my god, and after a little bit of confusion there, we do see that PattyMac again has been able to just not just deal so much damage, get a full scout off, and disrupt the plans of XY. We see 2 mules thrown down here at the natural, just as the Adepts rock up, just as they rock up to disrupt that mining even more.
Yeah, that's right. And not only is he disrupting the mining, taking out that mule, taking out a few more of these SCVs as well, he's also disrupting the plans of XY, and he's getting to see everything that XY is going for. XY going for a little bit of a Hellion drop here. Would have really liked to be across the map by now, but it's been disrupted so much by PattyMac, and that's allowed Patty to get his Stalkers up, allowed him to get those extra gateways and that Robo, and that means as well his Blink is going to be on the way. A nice little warp in there defensively as well, going to be blocking those Hellions.
Yeah, the defensive warp in is on point here. 2 Hellions already going down for 3 of these SCVs, 3 of these probes. Looks like XY is going to get a full scout of the main base just to confirm and make sure that there's no crazy shenanigans going on. He's going to be able to get a count on that gateway count as well, making sure that there was no Dark Shrine.
Yeah, no shenanigans, but we will see that. We will see that Banshee starting up. We're seeing Cloak almost finished here, so he does have the opportunity to slip in behind with a couple Banshees, start picking off some of the probes of PattyMac if he's not prepared there with some Blink Stalkers.
Oh, exactly. This is going to be dangerous here as Cloak is going to finish up in a couple of moments. The Banshee is headed towards that main base. At the same time, we do see PattyMac across the map with his first couple of Blink Stalkers. Does take out an SCV, is looking to maybe go into the main base as well as, that Banshee is getting ever closer into the main of Patty.
Yeah, we are seeing a few extra warpings here. PattyMac going for a very aggressive play here with these Stalkers, warping those extra Stalkers. At the same time, the Banshee is here in the main. A little bit of a late pull here. Unfortunately, no shield battery here as well.
Oh, yeah, no shield battery. A lot of probes are going to be going down, but this is going to force PattyMac's hand here. He's looking to go and blink straight into the main base.
Yeah, nice job there as well with the cloak from XY. He's going to soak up one of those shots for Stalkers, so that means they're just going to have to head out of there. And yeah, a little bit unfortunate for PattyMac here. It doesn't look like he has any detection ready just yet. That observer is there, but a little out of position.
Yeah, the observer is here, forced to recall back home. This is going to give XY a lot of freedom here in this game. Allow him to get his throat up and running. And this is where I start to worry a little bit, because PattyMac, I'm sure, wants to be in his face and want to give him the freedom to expand, but XY does go for the pocket.
Yeah, that's right. XY definitely had a bit more of a comfortable game this time. Bought himself a lot of space with that harass. Nice job here with those Stalkers. He's going to be able to find this Banshee. Does catch that out. Unfortunately, no energy there for the cloak for XY.
Oh, yeah, no energy, unfortunately. So the Banshee is going to go down. PattyMac pushing out across the map. But like, I do think that XY is pretty well fortified. You know, we have 2 tanks in the main base. We have a tank in towards the natural as well. We have a 4th tank on the way. Finding a way to really deal so much damage. I mean, I guess there's a world for these. There's a realm where these zealots do get on top of the said tanks.
Yeah, looks like we're going to be dropping those Stalkers right on top of the tank, so we are going to be taking one of those tanks out. Really nice micro from Patty as well, just saving those Stalkers and getting a little bit of splash from the tank actually on top of those Marines.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Does get that tank in the end. PattyMac trying to find another way in as well here on the front lines at the natural. Yeah, XY, he's not just budging at all. Again, one of the powers of Moondance is that PattyMac can't really harass that third base too much at all.
Yeah, that third base being tucked away there in the back. While it isn't as rich a base, that does mean that it is safe from any harassment at the front here.
Yeah, it is safe here. I mean, PattyMac is expanding himself. He is taking his own linear third base on the right-hand side. So he will be able to get that up and running a little bit unimpeded. But I guess XY isn't really too concerned with that. He's still working on his own upgrades. He's still working on his own timing. Yeah,
meanwhile, PattyMac having a lot of control over the map here, has all these units spread out all across, including that top and bottom side. So not really going to be any chance for XY to sneak any drops out here.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Won't be able to get any drops whatsoever, but XY still working on his main push. I'm a little bit worried about that tank count. I think we have like 5 or 6 tanks at this point. I'm not entirely certain how many. There is a world where maybe as XY moves out, the War Prism could be able to sneak in, and maybe we could see some backstabbing damage.
Yeah, War Prism there, ready to move in as soon as the army of XY moves out. Meanwhile, we do see that turret just taking out that hallucination there, and XY starting to look to move out as he takes out that observer.
Yeah, exactly. At least the army is spotted here from PattyMac. He is fully aware of its location. Oh, we do have a pre-siege as well. XY waiting for anything to come his way. At the same time, PattyMac does sleep into the main, but with these 2 turrets, the Prism goes down.
Yeah, XY playing it very safe here with those extra turrets. At the same time, this Hank still sieging up means that PattyMac is going to have to get out of here.
Oh, he's going to have to, but it's not going to be enough in the end. XY does take the series, and he does not have a burger.
He doesn't, but he pops off a bit. It's good to see. Good to see.
Yeah. He's happy about that in the end. GG gets called. Invictus Gaming will take this series in the end 5-1. But at least PattyMac was able to take a game here. At least he was able to fight back in the end. I do think that we got a little bit unlucky early on. Oreo was messaging me earlier talking about how he was fixing up some of the latency issues, and that did come into play in his own series. Of course, he was still the underdog, but yeah, bit of a rough time there for Oreo to start.
Yeah, definitely. A little bit of a rough start to the season. Glad we were able to get one on the board there for the CranKy Ducklings, but yeah, not the best start for us going into the season there, unfortunately. But hopefully we can just, fix a few of those issues, get people waking up a little bit earlier, get those internet issues fixed as well, and we'll be looking to get some wins. I think we can definitely get some wins here in the Code S.
Definitely. Like, I do think it's just a little bit unfortunate because I do think that Invictus Gaming was one of those teams that we could have taken down. So a bit of a rough start for us here. There are some other teams that we do have our eyes on. But again, if you want to support and cheer for the CranKy Ducklings, next week we are going to be going up against Onside Gaming, one of the stronger teams in the tournament.
Yeah, speaking of one of those easier teams, we will be taking out Mario. No problem.
Oh yeah, easy, Papi, easy. We will be able to bring him down. But yeah. Again, we are going to be coming at this with ideally, obviously, a little bit better prepared here. With our players, I think we're going to try and do a better job at that. How expensive are international calls? That's what I have to wonder. Time to get everyone's number.
Man, we need like a little wristband with like a electric shock. Just zap him. Be like, you sleeping? No. You have games to play. No sleeping. Degenerate out.
Oh my god. Gee, we may have to invest. Regardless, GG, well played again. This was our first foray into WTL Code S. A bit of a rough start here, but it is a long season and there are plenty of opportunities for us to take games. I do definitely believe in our players, and I don't want to get into excuses too much, but of course DreamHack is on the horizon and both PattyMac and Vindicta are going to be focusing on that. A lot of their attention will be focused on that. It is a bit of a shame that it does coincide a little bit with World Team League, but if you want to see more of them, they're not just here in this tournament, but they're also there in their own respective regionals.
Yeah, that's right. We don't really want to make excuses for the players, but they were a bit jet lagged. They're not playing their usual self because it's not the keyboard and mouse setup that they're used to.
Exactly.
The screens at the GSL studio is not quite working as they normally would.
Yeah, the white noise canceling headsets were a little bit uncomfortable. The strobe lights were just heating up the room a little bit too much as well, and the climate just wasn't feeling too right there. So yeah, it's one of those things that through experience you are able to overcome some of that. Maybe even a little bit of nerves coming into play as well. And I believe in our boys.
Yeah, that's right. The smoke machines, they weren't to PattyMac's usual consistency, but we'll have a talk to the smoke machine operator and we'll get them right where he likes them.
Yeah, we'll see if we can replace some of that white noise with club music instead. Just so he can
deep house, so he feels comfortable.
Exactly. Yeah. Let's get some fume rolling out, mate. Let's go, Poppy. Let's go. Oh my god. Meanwhile, I believe DPG versus SSLT, they're about to begin. Technically, we could stick around here to try and cover this, but don't think that's the wisest of choices here. Other than, of course, us being biased in favor of the CranKy Ducklings. We do have a cast later on tomorrow morning as well. We do have the PAX qualifiers coming out on the horizon, so there's a lot of StarCraft going on this weekend.
I mean, I'd be down.
You were complaining to me about waking up early tomorrow morning because of daylight savings, and now you're like, "Oh, let's stay up, Poppy. Let's go."
I wasn't gonna wake up anyway for
what
it.
What do you mean? I am. What do you mean? You're like, "Nah, it's fine. I'm not gonna wake up for it." What about me, Poppy? What?
Yeah, it's fine. You don't sleep anyway. You just have your day iced coffee. You'll be good to go.
Shaking my head. Oh god, but yes, Dragon Phoenix Gaming are going to begin their series against SSLT. Arguably a little bit of a one-sided series, but that's the thing about these best of twos is that anything could happen, anything can and will happen. I don't think we should stay. up. I'll be honest. I'm putting my foot down, Poppy. I'm putting my foot down. Okay, we have a tournament tomorrow. What do you think? What are you doing right now? I'm
not going to sleep now anyway.
Kuro, what do you think?
I don't know.
Nope.
Fair enough.
Oh my god, we got some ads playing.
Yeah, we got the piano, man.
Oh my.
It's jamming, dude.
That's Hearthstone. Oh, Kura's not. The stream can't see it. They can't see the clean feed.
Believe us.
They believe us. There's some Hearthstone pianists going on right now. It's amazing.
On a grand piano. Very impressive.
Grand piano. Oh my god! Look at him go.
He sure is playing that piano, and the hand is going up to the right hand side of the keyboard. And he's hitting the black keys, he's hitting the white keys. Off we go.
He's popping off, mate. Let's go, puppy. Let's go. He's not even looking.
Mate, he's watching TV.
Oh my god, he's cracked, puppy. He's cracked.
Micro 10. Mindset 10. Micro 10. Defense 0.
Oh god. But yes, with that, thank you so much everyone for watching. Thank you so much for the support as well. It was almost a smooge day here when it came to getting everyone here in time. But yeah, thank you so much for all the support, and we promise to put on a better showing next time. We promise.
Yeah, 100%. We're just getting comfortable, getting in there, and you know what? I reckon we could take a map off on site next week.
Hey, one? Hey, more than that, man. Let's go. Let's go, Poppy. Let's go. Oh god. With that, yes, thank you so much everyone for watching. We are going to send some love Vindicta's way, as Vindicta is currently streaming right now, and even though he wasn't able to take a game today, that's why all the more reason to give him some love and give him some support. He's a great player, and his games weren't bad whatsoever against MacSed. Like, I hope he's not feeling too bad about them. He had a good showing.
Yeah, give him a bit of love, as is just waking up now, so hopefully not smudging, and we'll just send you guys all over to cheer him up, send a nice message.
Yeah, cheer him up. Send him some love. Send him some less than threes. As with that, I believe we're going to be wrapping things up here. Asher, do you have anything? Or Asher, are you going to be streaming at some point? You said you're not going to go to bed. Would you even stream after this? What's happening? Okay. Never mind.
It's too late. You're crazy.
You're an animal, mate. You're an animal. But if they wanted to, where could they find more of you?
You can find more of me at twitch.tv/AsherBro. I think I'm one stream away from affiliate, so I do want to get that in pretty soon.
Yeah, you know what that means?
Subscribe to me.
It means emotes, Papi. We can get some emotes. We can get some smooges in the chat. We can have some ZVT unwinnable or TVZ unwinnable.
It's gonna be Rufus.
It's
just all gonna be Rufus.
We need all the Rufus, mate. We need all the angles. Beautiful.
And where can they find you, Light? When's your next stream? We're gonna have one soon. Soon TM.
Soon TM. You can find me at Light_VIP on Twitch and Twitter. I try and stream throughout the week. We've been really busy this weekend though, so I don't think we're going to be streaming then. I'm going to be streaming then, I don't think, as we do have the PAX Australia qualifier after this in 10 hours, and we also have our BTL match tomorrow evening as well. So we do have a lot of StarCraft on our plate. After that though, starting Monday, I probably will be streaming on a daily basis, so check me out there on my personal Twitch channel, where I will be smudging. I'll be losing a lot of ladder points, and I'll be trying to learn how to play StarCraft.
I will be sad, that is all. It's a good stream, lots of good music, some really fun music over there. So
Dinosaur.
Yeah, we got the K-pop, we got the God, what's the name? I'm blanking so hard. Yeah, no, I'm not just gonna. It's not just Despacito. Don't let them tell you those lies.
Yeah. What is it?
It's just Despacito.
God, shaking my head. So you can follow me there. Meanwhile, I want to give a special shout out as well to Kuro. Kuro was actually handling the production today. She was all over the production. She was making sure that everything was running smoothly, that you could see our beautiful, wonderful faces. And yeah, without her, this stream wouldn't have been a thing. So
Great job by Kura to have our beautiful, wonderful faces up there. And your face too, Light.
What's wrong with you? Are you okay? Are you okay, Asher? Can you calm down, please? Oh my god. With that, thank you so much for watching. We'll be back in 10 hours for the PAX qualifiers. We'll be back in just over 24 hours for our BTL match. And thank you so much for watching, everyone. We'll see you then.
Thank you guys for watching. Bye bye.